everything that brought me alive. Going wrong like nonsense, playing with the monsters. They brought me alive, but got no alibi. It's a lover's fight without an alibi. You took my hands without an alibi. Smoking gun, you got me on the run. We know that will come. We're out up till dawn, but how can I hide it without an alibi? It's a lover's fight without an alibi. Took my hands. I can't wait no longer. I'm playing with the monsters. Everything that brought me alive. Going wrong like nonsense, playing with the monsters. They brought me alive, but got no alibi. It's a lover's fight without an alibi. Took my hands without an alibi.
hello. Hello. Let's jump in. Hello, Wicked. Hello, welcome in. Hope you're having a great day. It is Tuesday. It's Tuesday, nothing more, nothing less. Let's jump in to the party. To the party. Because, yes, it's Tuesday, because Tuesdays and Thursdays are typically Mario Party days. No, don't tell me how to play. We're hopping right into Pagoda Peak. We're doing the 14th battle. I don't need to share a controller if I'm sharing with myself, because I have no life. We're just gonna do 40. I was the green team last time. I was representing the green team. Let's see here. What can we do? I think it was Boo the last time I did Pagoda Peak. You know, representing my husband, because Pagoda Peak is his favorite board. Mine too. What should we do?
Good choice.
Yeah, Peachy. Why not? Let's keep it like that. All right. Let's go Birdo and Toad. I guess. I don't know.
Let's party.
Daisy and Waluigi. I really don't want Toadette. I don't want Toadette. Mario and Dry Bones. Let's go with that. No handicaps. We're ready to go. Let's do this. I think the hardest part is going to be picking the other teams. That's going to be the hardest part, because if I hit the button for random, it's just going to set them to normal, and I don't want to remember all of that information to move them to hard, so we're just going to go with it. So there we go. Here we are, Pagoda Peak, running it back. My favorite board. Welcome to Pagoda Peak, mountain 4,000 years old. No, I hate talking. Let's just go. We've already explained how everything works, and we are going third. Third. Let's go. Or maybe I've gone last in Pagoda Peak. I can't remember. I don't want to dig up that information again. Hopefully everyone's having a great day today. It is Tuesday. Nothing really interesting is happening today aside from my daughter having a softball game later this evening. But other than that, not much. Just playing some Mario Party. Alright, I'm feeling kind of full of life, kind of full of energy. Also just kind of, we're here. We're here. You know, the typical Midwest phrase signaling I need help is, I'm here. It's like, hey, how you doing? I'm here. That's a cry for help. But I'm here. I have Peachy. Yeah, Peachy. Oh, yeah. Yeah, Mick. Alright. Bottle Rocket. Yeah, give it a shot. Let's rock and roll. It's the left one. Always the left one. It's the left one. And lol, we're tied. Look at us being strapped. Let's go! Yes. Splendid. There we go. And Daisy and Waluigi. Kind of before stream, you know, just jamming out to music, like I always do. And there is a song by Ninja Sex Party. It's one of my favorites. My husband showed me the song years and years ago. Not like years and years and years ago, but like a few years ago. And like, it's been just so stuck in my head, and I love it. It's a song I never skip, because I'm always singing it. It's called First Date. If you know the song, it's a great song. It is a great song. Oh, look at the little snail poking its head out. I've just been singing it. Oh! Oh, it was right there. I flew right by it. Is it back this way? Yep, it is. Right here. Alright. Because the song seems all, you know, nice. Because first date, right?
Finish.
Oh no, Daisy! I was right there!
Oh yeah, I won.
Daisy beat me. How dare Daisy do that to me? How dare? That's not correct. Anyway, yeah, first date seems like, you know, cool song. You know, it starts with, hey pretty lady, you're looking real fine. This is our first date, I'm not like other guys. And then it takes a turn, you just have to listen to it. It's a great song. I love it. Oh, they're gonna, oh, nope. If only they got all threes. Some other songs that I just will not skip. Timber by Pitbull and Kesha. That is definitely a song I don't skip because why would I? I reference it like literally all the time. Another song I don't skip is The Chaser by Infinite. Is my favorite Infinite song. Probably one of the best, and also the song that got me into Infinite. Or like that made me, you know, like really dive down, learn the members, watch the variety shows, listen to other songs, yada yada yada. Another song I don't skip is speaking of like Xenoblade, because we're gonna start Xenoblade Chronicles this week. Is You Will Know Our Names. And it's the cover by Family Jewels. And he did an excellent job on that cover.
Finish.
Wow, Mario just blasted right through it.
I'm the winner.
So yeah. You Will Know Our Names, great song. Probably the best, honestly the best Unique Monster theme out of the 3 games, honestly. But I mean, the music is good across all 3 Xenoblade Chronicles games. So the music is just always really good. What are some more songs I just don't skip? Peaches. I do have that song on my playlist because why wouldn't I at this point? Peaches, 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 peaches. That's just in my playlist. Just trying to think of songs I just don't skip out of like 850 songs on my playlist. And there are some I don't skip. Trying to think. Cause there are some songs I didn't, like, that I used to skip that I kind of skip now. Cause it just kind of depends. Okay, I got 2 red orbs, that's fine. I got a warp pipe. Ooh. Haha, tax road! Kind of. I want to see if I can build a tax road, that'd be really fun. Because that's just what I do on this board. Songs I don't skip. Songs I don't skip. I'm trying to think. I would have to probably scroll through my playlist to figure that out. Because I mean, of course there's songs by like artists and stuff that like would recently come out, or like songs that I just like recently like rediscovered that I just like listen to over and over and over and over again until I get tired of it. Oh, and a song by Stray Kids. Obviously, gotta talk about Stray Kids. Keep that tag relevant.
Go.
Yep. Come on, let's do this.
Finish.
There we go. We did it. Had a button mash. I had, oh yeah, Stray Kids song. Going Dumb. I never skipped that one because that's just a nice, real chill song reference it a lot. Case 143, I don't tend to skip. Because again, I reference that song a lot. Why do I keep getting attracted? Jessica, I haven't listened to their new one yet. I haven't. I'm slacking. I know. I've heard bits and pieces, and the bits and pieces I've heard are really good, but I haven't listened to the full song yet. I think by the amount of TikToks I have seen, I think I know the dance to the chorus at least. So I've seen enough TikToks of it. Are there any like songs that like whenever you like listen to music in a playlist, or you know, because a lot of people. Oh come on, that's rude, Mario. Are there any like songs in a playlist that you listen to that you just cannot skip? Like can't stop, won't stop, cannot skip. Like you're not gonna stop me. Like I ain't skipping this song. Of course, there's other Stray Kids songs that I just don't skip. I think Miro is one that I don't skip it often. Sometimes I do, sometimes I don't, but more often than not, I listen to it because, you know, Stray Kids, whoo! You know, it's a jam. It's a certified bop. Probably one of my favorites. Oh, Ta by Stray Kids. It's a B-side from the album that God's Menu was on. That came out like 3 years ago. Wow, that album came out 3 years ago. Insane. Yeah, Ta is just one of those like high energy, upbeat songs, and it's my favorite Stray Kids song. It is my absolute favorite Stray Kids song. Like, it just magnifies like my kind of music, like the upbeat dance music, get you going, hype, the ultimate hype. So if I ever need a hype song, I just go to Ta, Stray Kids. So, yes. Other songs. Then there's a lot of superhero songs I don't skip. Of course, I don't skip my favorite song of all time, which is Shake It Up by Super Junior. I never skip that one. I tend to not skip House Party, which is the latest one. Don't Wait is one I don't skip because it's a nice, upbeat, feel-good track. Trying to think of other songs. Let's see. Again, I don't really want to go through my playlist. Buckle Your Pants from Battle Block Theater. That's one I don't skip because Battle Block Theater is a great game. Very, very filled with humor. Love it. Come on.
Finish.
Oh, we won. Hey, nice. Yeah, my playlist out of like 850 something songs is like 80% K-pop. I know I have a redeem for like a song recommendation from that said playlist, and there is the warning that like, oh hey, like 80% of the songs on my playlist are K-pop, and a lot of it is like second gen, third gen K-pop. Because I haven't been listening to a lot of like the newer stuff. I don't really know a lot of the newer groups lately, because I just don't really have an interest. Also, 17. 17. Love 17 songs. Hit. One of my favorite songs. I never skip that song. As well as Hot. Yeah, one letter difference, right? Ready to Love. I love that song. That song actually came up for me earlier today. You know, while I was jamming out. Oh, there's this one song that I don't know if a lot of people know. It's an older song, I'm pretty sure. I don't know exactly when it came out. I want to say like early 2000s. It's called Summer Jam by the Underdog Project. I was watching like a video on YouTube, like a compilation video, like years ago, like 7 years ago. And that song was used in that compilation video. And I really, really liked it. And so I found it on YouTube, and then I like rediscovered it when I like remembered it one day. I'm like, oh hey, is this song on Spotify? And sure enough, it was. So yeah, it's one of my favorites. One I don't skip because I like the song so much that I came up with like my own little dance to it. Which was kind of what I do and what I did a lot of. Because I'm always coming up with like my own dances to some songs. Because again, there's like also a lot of like K-pop like B-side tracks that I tend to make my own dances to sometimes, or I just kind of feel the beat and just kind of you know, move to the music myself. So I've done that a lot, especially since like, you know, in high school. Boo. Let's go boo. I know there's like lots of other songs I don't skip. There's Baka Survivor, which is the second opening to the anime Bobobo Bo Bobobo. Abracadabra Tessa, I am here. Hello, Curix. Hello, welcome in. Hope you're having a good day. I'm just talking about songs in our playlist that we just don't skip. And I have gone through the huge list of them.
Finish.
Yeah, just kind of talking about music, because I'm always listening to music. It's just an integral part of me at this point. There's also Megalovania that doesn't pop up on my playlist very often. But when it does, and I'm in the mood for it, my god, I listen to it. Because, you know, Megalovania is my favorite genre of music. Because there's so many. There's so many versions of Megalovania out there on the internet. It's great. It's so good. I've been kind of rambling about music for a while. Yeah, there's a good handful of like Dreamcatcher songs I don't skip either. One of them being Scream, Maison, Vision. Those are really good Dreamcatcher songs. Highly recommend. This Dreamcatcher's a great group anyway, so I just recommend Dreamcatcher in general. We go this way. I'm trying to think of like what other songs can I think about?
Finish.
My brain ain't braining. Again, I'd have to probably like go through my playlist just to find the songs I don't skip, because again, 800 plus songs is a lot to remember. It's a lot to remember. Oh yeah, I have this specific version of Poker Face that I put on my playlist, and it wasn't on Spotify for a while. It got taken down, but now it's back up again, and that makes me really happy because I was skipping songs on my playlist, and that song popped up. That specific version of Poker Face popped up, and I'm like, oh my god, it's back. And it's the greatest thing ever. Because a lot of songs I happen to find on TikTok, because I'll hear like clips of the song and I'll be like, oh hey, that sounds really cool, and then I'll check out the full version of the song, and if I like the full version, I'll find it on Spotify and put it on my playlist. I've done that. I did that recently actually. So I was going through, I think, my favorited videos on TikTok, and one of them is a like a Stray Kids compilation video, and they used the song Teeth by 5 Seconds of Summer, and just the beat of it, how hard it can go, and it's just, It's a really cool song. I jam out to it a lot, so I found it and put it on my playlist. So that's kind of how I'm finding songs nowadays, or just like rediscovering old songs that I never really like thought about in a long time. 'Cause there was one day I didn't put the song in my playlist, but I went out of my way to listen to Fire Burnin' by Sean Kingston because I remembered a dance routine that I did my sophomore year of high school, and like I remember like most of like the key steps because it was just such a good routine. It was one of my favorites, and I went out of my way to listen to the song. And even the other night, I went through some of my old videos because there are videos out there of some of the dance routines that I did in high school. And I went through them and I showed my husband some of them, and the cringe was real. The cringe was real, but also in the background you could always hear "Go Tessa!" because I had a fan club, or as in wrestle speak, I got the pop. You know, I got a pop from the crowd. Actually, let's use this one. If I put it far enough ahead here, I shouldn't be able to go back to the top, because that's always a worry when I use warp pipes on this map. And there I go, rolling low. And also, we watched a routine back. We did it to What Makes You Beautiful. And I cringe every time it gets towards the end because we did, you know, the routine, and we repeated the steps, and then we did a little, like, we spelled out our mascot name with,
Go!
we spelled out our mascot name with, with our palms, and after that we did steps, and after that there was like some steps and stuff. After that, go. Now we need our walk buddy. Did I do it in time? I did! Alright, cool. Back to my story. You know, we did steps, repeated the steps, and then we came together, spelled out our mascot with our palms. And then we did a whole cool thing where we, like, passed the palms, which was, like, a really cool visual. And I specifically remember that because I was the one dropping the palms. I've always ended up doing that every time we did any kind of, like, palm passing thing. I was always the one dropping them. And then we did, like, you know, we repeated, like, the chorus steps, and then, like, at the very end was, we did, like, this, like, cute little step, I think, that a couple of the other girls taught us, and that's where I cringe every single time, because I jumped ahead, like, 2 freaking 8 counts, and I got so lost, it was staggeringly bad. I cringed. I want to say I cried right after that routine because that's all I could think about was how bad I screwed up. Because I am such a perfectionist that, like, any, like, major mistake like that, I'm like, well, it's over. I'm done. I ain't dancing anymore. Because, I mean, I've made some mistakes before, right? No one's perfect. I mess up all the time. But, like, a mistake like that, jumping ahead 2 entire 8 counts, was so brutal to me. I hated every second of it. But I did get a chance at redemption because later in the year, we taught the routine. We taught the routine to a dance team from a neighboring town because our schools were playing each other. And so we taught them the routine, you know, we practiced it, we came up here because the game was in the other town. And so we came up here and I got my redemption because that's all I thought about. Like, I have to nail this. And I did. And I nailed it. And I'm so happy about that. Anyway, you know, just casually getting stars while I'm talking about dance, which is fine. And there are also some routines in college that I really loved. There was one that I really, really loved. I loved the routine that we did, but I hated when we did it because we were supposed to do it on a certain day, but like it got snow. I think snow happened, and like travel problems happened, and then they had like a makeup game on a Sunday, which was like nobody there. Yeah, there was like nobody in the crowd, hardly ever, so I wish we could have done that routine to like a bigger crowd and got more of a crowd reaction. But it was one of my favorites. Another one of my favorites, kind of, was apparently last second, halftime show backed out on the people, and my dance coach at the time was like super last minute, like 2 days beforehand, she comes up to me and is like, "Hey, Tessa, think you can put a solo together for a halftime routine?"
Go!
And I'm like, sure I can. My hand slipped off for a brief second. My hand slipped off for a brief second, but that's fine. But yeah, she comes up to me and is like, "Hey, you think I can come up with a solo?" And I'm like, sure. And I like the YouTube rewind, right? That was kind of when it started becoming a thing, because this was YouTube Rewind 2013. I found that, and I'm like, I'm just gonna splice together a little mix, and I basically just kind of whipped together a solo routine to like the last minute or so of that song. And there were like parts where I completely choreographed myself, but then there were like the in-between stuff. I'm like, I have nothing, I'm just gonna do whatever. So like, I'd say at least 60% of that solo was just freestyled. So, I mean, like, hey, I did what I gotta do at like the last second. So, yeah, that was fun and exciting. And Mario is just forced to buy a statue. Wonderful. Oh, I'm gonna take a breather from that. I mean, I've been just kind of rambling. But I mean, it's kind of good. I'm sure people would be interested in my stories. Question mark? Maybe? It's a hard maybe. I don't know. Are people interested in my stories? Are they? Is Chad interested in the stories I tell? I don't know. And I'm also like trying not to repeat myself, because I know I've told like the same story a couple of times before, so I try not to repeat myself too bad. Shop's back. How much was the... I can't see. How much was it? How much did they change it to? 30, okay. Yeah, I'll get up there and start Tax Road. Because the Hammer Bro orb is the start to Tex Road. It took me 4 dice blocks to roll an 8. You know, I'm not surprised. What do you got? What do you got for me? Yes, more Hammer Bro. More Hammer Bro. We're starting Tax Road. Because there are 3 guarantees in life. Death, taxes, and I will never be a rockette. Doesn't matter how good of a dancer I am, doesn't matter how good at kicks I get, I will never be a rockette. Because I am only 5'3" and the minimum height requirement is like 5'7". So there goes those hopes and dreams. Alright, I botched this badly last time. Let's see if I can do better. Yeah, come on, Tessa, do better. Alright, let's go.
Go!
Alright, this coordinating is hard enough. Oh, shit. Oh, come on! Oh no! Oh no! I'm falling apart! Oh, I'm falling apart so hardcore. Wow, I botched that! I used to be so good at that. Oh well, I'm sure I'll get some practice in. It's fine. Smooth. Thanks, Wicked. Thanks, Wicked. I'm sure by like the last board and that comes up, that'll be the time I do it perfectly. Yeah, I basically just had no life in high school. Really, all I had was like, well, I mean, granted, okay, in middle school was rough. Middle school was rough for me. Middle school was rough for me, because, like, that was the time where I just, you know, 'cause middle schoolers are rough. And it was just so rough for me, like, didn't really have many friends, you know, people started, you know, kind of growing apart, so it was just kind of bad. Then high school it got a little better, but it still wasn't great.
Go!
But I enjoyed my time in high school a lot more than I did middle school for sure. Oh, more monkeys are pouring in. Come on, Toad, get him, get him, get him, get him.
Finish!
Yay. Anyway. And also, like, middle school sports, right? I feel like I was ostracized a lot in middle school. Like, more so than high school. Because, I'm the opposite. Middle school were the days. I mean, everyone experiences everything. Really? That was not worth it. Exactly. Yeah, everyone experiences life differently. And middle school days were rough for me. I feel like I was ostracized a lot because in like middle school sports, I remember it was like my athletic ability, right? I wasn't a popular kid by any means, and all the popular kids got to do all the cool stuff in middle school and high school. But like in middle school, the only sports they had were volleyball, basketball, wrestling. Well, they had like for girls, they had volleyball, basketball, and track. Those are the only sports they had for girls. I mean, I guess wrestling, depending on who was interested, but like at the time, girls in wrestling was not not super big. Anyway, volleyball. I was not a popular girl, but I was also fairly athletic. But like, I was not good enough to start on the A team, but I was way better than anybody else on the B team. So I was in like the weird in-between. I was in the weird in-between in terms of my skill in athletics. Especially like volleyball, because volleyball was a little easier and I liked volleyball a little bit more than basketball. But it also depended on who we were playing. If like we were just way better than the other team, of course I'd play on the A team. Tessa is a solid B+. Exactly! Exactly! I'm not like the best of the best, but I'm not like the worst of the worst either. So I'd say that that's a good way to put it. I'll take that as a compliment. Other people might think that's an insult, but that's a compliment. Thank you, Wicked. But I remember when it came to like regionals, you know, for like the league tournament, I was listed on the roster, right? And, you know, as like a just in case, because I was like, you know, one of the better ones on the B team, and they needed, you know, the whole A team and a couple extras just in case people got hurt and stuff. But all of a sudden, I was told, you're not gonna be on the roster anymore because of your attitude in class. What attitude? I said nothing. I said and did nothing. I said and did nothing the entire time. I hardly spoke in class, so how can I have an attitude when I didn't say a word? And, this girl, got on the roster, and I was way better in terms of skill than she was. So I don't understand what that was about. Because, like, yeah, my attitude in class, I didn't say anything. Never said a word to anybody or anything. All I would say was, unless I was asked a question by the teacher, that's all I would say. Nothing else. Yeah, attitude. Like, what? And then, my grades started slipping in, like, basketball season, so I kind of got kicked off the basketball team in 7th grade because my grades were slipping. Only because, like, reading class, because I hated reading class. Because, like, we always read stuff that I was just never interested in, and I hated it. That's kind of been a theme, but now I like reading because I'm actually going out of my way to read stuff I'm interested in. Now I write stuff. And then like track, kind of the same thing. I went with the throwers because I was not fast enough to be a sprinter by any means. So yeah, I was a thrower. Still not the greatest thrower. But I wasn't, like, the worst either. And then, like, 8th grade rolls around. Kind of the same thing. I remember being asked, during practice one day. It was during practice, and we were practicing, like, drills. I think they called them, like, kamikazes or something. I can't remember exactly what it was. Something about, like, you were, like, the only one on your side of the court, and you have to, like, defend everything. And I'm out there, like, trying to get the ball, trying to dive for everything I can find, anything I can reach. And then I get asked, why are you falling down so much? When you can clearly see I am busting my ass to, like, reach for the ball. I am, like, literally diving for them. And I get asked, why are you falling down so much? But also, that volleyball coach always played the popular kids. Popular kids were on the A team. I mean, that was just middle school in general. The popular kids were on the A team. So I hardly got any playing time on the A team. So there was that. I actually completed the season for basketball in 8th grade because I kept my grades up. So there was that. Basketball was a little better in 8th grade year because the coaches were actually nice to me. So it was a lot easier to deal with. I mean, I still wasn't like the greatest. But I wasn't like the worst either, and I think the coaches saw that, so yeah, 8th grade was a lot better. Still not great. And then there was also track, where I challenged, because in 8th grade track, with the coaches, for like relay races or like, you know, sprints and stuff, like you can go up and you can challenge for a spot in like, you know, one of the races or like relay races or something. And I remember during one track meet, watching the 4x2. You know, each runner runs a 200 meters. And I was watching that, and the girls in relay, I'm like, I can run faster than at least this person. So I wanted to see if I could do it. So I went up to the coach and I said I would like to challenge for a spot. Oh, I'm so sorry, Kirix. I went up to the coach and said I would like to challenge for a spot in the 4x2. And she said, okay, we'll get you a spot and we'll come back to you. Or like, you know, we'll find some time and we'll come back to you. She never came back to me. The coach never came back to me with that official challenge, and I wondered what happened. Maybe she didn't like me. I don't know. I wouldn't be surprised. But I think all I really did in track in 8th grade was shot put and the softball throw. I think that was it. Because apparently I wasn't good enough with discus. I don't know. But yeah, those are my middle school sports, and I just was not a fan. Just was not a fan. But it got better in high school because I decided to go out for golf in high school. First time ever playing golf, and it was kind of rough freshman year, but then I kept getting better and better, and it was something that I could just kind of focus on individually, just kind of focus on myself for it, and I didn't have to worry about like being better than anybody else. It was just me challenging myself, and I think that helped me a lot. And then there was also dance team, because in 8th grade, they made announcements like, hey, there's tryouts for the dance team on this day. And I'm like, you know what? Sure. Why not? Why not? So I tried out for the dance team for the hell of it. Okay. And I made the dance team. First try. And ended up loving it ever since. So that was something that happened. But yeah, I did golf during the fall because girls golf was during the fall, and I chose to be on the dance team for basketball season, like the winter dance team. So that's kind of what I did because I golfed during the fall. And then during the spring, I did softball because that was my favorite sport. That's what I wanted to do, and I got to do it, and I loved it. Although freshman year it was bad because there were so many girls out for softball, and varsity was very senior loaded my freshman year. And so there were 20 girls on JV alone. 20 girls on JV alone. So there were a lot of girls, and you can only play like 9-10 girls for a game. So it was rough. It was rough. Oh god, I was controlling the wrong character. Okay. Oh no! Yeah, I went from hardly any playing time whatsoever, because it's like, oh, we need a catcher for this pitcher, and like, oh hey, I guess I could do it because I've caught before, but it's like, pitcher wasn't very good, and I barely got any playing time whatsoever. Because I guess the coach just didn't like me, or liked the other girls over me, even though I was clearly better than them. Oh well, some of them were bitches anyway. But then the next year, the next year. A lot of those girls didn't go out again for softball. But then I went from barely any playing time my freshman year of high school in softball to starting varsity my sophomore year. Because the softball coach, the varsity softball coach, he's a real cool dude. He's really nice, like reminds me of my dad in a way. So he was very chill, kind of like the beer drinker kind, you know? Because some of the other, because the coach that we have for JV was like so uppity, and the head coach for softball was, you know, kind of the beer drinking type. If you kind of catch what I'm saying in a way, very laid back, which is more my speed. It's very much my speed. And yeah, he saw something in me. Because I mean, I played a lot of infield before that, but he saw something in me. And he's like, he had a handful of people, kind of stay back after practice one day and work on like outfielding and like, you know, throwing the ball in and doing all this. And I was one of them that stayed back and worked with a few of the girls, and we were the outfield. And I've been an outfielder ever since. So yeah, he saw something in me, which was really nice. And went from barely any playing time to starting varsity the next year. And I never left the outfield, so yeah. And then kind of continued on. Junior year was kind of rough in a way, especially for like dance team. It was rough. Junior year was rough for dance team. Wow. I swear the one player runs faster. I swear the one player runs faster than the game. I swear. Anyway. Yeah, junior year for dance team was kind of rough. Where some of the girls on the dance team were kind of prissy bitches, not gonna lie. And I feel like I was in a big disagreement with one of them. I just didn't like her. Cause we did a hip hop routine to Under Pressure. And the way she was teaching that routine, cause like the coach tasked her with teaching the routine. Did you ever have a physical fight in school? I was never a part of it, but I did see one break out. I want to say it was like either my senior year or something. It kind of broke out in the cafeteria. It quickly died down, but that was it. But yeah, this girl was tasked with teaching it was like, you know, hip hop. It was like 90s hip hop, you know, like with hip hop, it's not like ballet where, because you gotta flex your foot a lot, you know, keep it like straight out, not point your toes. You gotta like flex your foot, you gotta have like strong movements. Just witness one? That's nice. Yeah. Yes, please. Oh, I might have made a mistake and I didn't even think about that. Oh well, it's fine. It's fine. I should have said no to that, honestly. I just wasn't paying attention. That's my bad. Anyway. Excuse me, I had a burp. But like the way this girl was teaching this routine where you have to be like hard hitting and like pow, flex your foot, you gotta be, you know, it's hip hop. You know, when you think of hip hop, you gotta be like hard hitting, bam, bam, bam. Not like super flowy and pointed toes and elegant and delicate like any other like jazz routine. And this girl was teaching this hip-hop routine like a jazz routine. Like, you know, dainty fingers, pointed toes, all slow and elegant, and I couldn't stand it. So I spoke up. I feel like I spoke up. I don't remember a whole lot of this. I feel like I spoke up and said, I don't think the move should be like this. But like, stuff was said, I guess, and I got mad and I walked off. I walked away because I couldn't stand it. And like, hip hop was like my jam. I was like one of the best at hip hop, and everyone on the team knew that. So I think the next day at practice, while we were going over the routine, the coach had my back, saying like, yeah, for this kick move, you need to like flex your foot because it's hip hop. You gotta hit it harder. And I was just smiling to myself because, ha ha, bitch, I was right. Yeah, I don't think the move should be like this, aka, you pretentious bitch. Exactly. That's exactly how I felt.
Go!
So yeah, I didn't like her. She was 1 grade ahead of me. So she was a senior when I was a junior. So she kind of used the, oh, I'm a senior card on me. Get away from me. So yeah, it was not fun that year. It was a little better my senior year. But there was a, oh, I'm cornered. I got fucked. Toad, you could have ran away, but you didn't. But there was this like one moment where I got frustrated. I took it out on the wrong people and got myself in trouble. So, but that's something I feel like it wasn't entirely my fault and no one really listened to me. But I felt kind of vindicated in the end, but at least I got to be a part of the homecoming routine that we did, and senior year was one of my favorites, honestly. Because I think they did this as a tradition. I know my freshman year, it was the seniors that like kind of choreographed the pieces together, but like from like sophomore year, junior year was a little different, and then senior year, and I think they continue to do it, is like at least like a 30-second dance that each of the girls on the team like comes up with a dance to. And we teach all the girls, and then we put it all together with like transitions and everything, and we figure out like formations, transitions, what order the songs will go in, and that's our big homecoming routine. And that was one of my favorites because those are always the best ones, and not like anything like choreographer or like our dance coach taught us. So the sophomore year was really fun. I think I did my like 30-second to like Raise Your Glass by Pink, which I think was like one of my dad's favorite songs at the time too. So I did that. I did really good with it. And junior year was kind of a similar vein, but it was just the seniors that choreographed their stuff. And I felt kind of bitter about that, and I felt like I got robbed of that because the seniors kind of took over everything, but granted it was very senior loaded. There was a lot of them my junior year, but then my senior year rolls along, and I'm like, yes, we're gonna do it. And some of them kind of paired up and worked on stuff together. I'm like, that's perfectly fine. You know, that's perfectly fine. We still kept the essence of what we were trying to go for the homecoming routine. And me being me, I did my part. I learned Girls' Generation. I Got a Boy. Learned the chorus to that. Taught it to the girls, and we did that for my section anyway. But also, tacked on to the end, we did like the final chorus to Gangnam Style, which this was 2013. This was like February 2013, so Gangnam Style was everywhere at the time. And plus, we had done the whole song earlier in the day for our homecoming pep rally. I know I've told that story before, but yes, we tacked on to the end. We tacked on to the end Gangnam Style. A little boo. And so that got like a huge crowd reaction. Like that got a big crowd reaction when Gangnam Style started playing. No! Why'd that happen? Boo. Anyway. So yeah, senior year homecoming was one of my favorite routines. So yeah. And then college. College was pretty fun. I've only done 2 dance routines on a football field, and they were both in college. And one of them I absolutely hated because the way the routine was taught and the way just the music is and the rest of the girls couldn't really keep up with it in a way. It was hard to count to. Like the counts were off, and that's one of my biggest pet peeves when like learning dances. I feel like I have picked up a pretty good ability to count music in like 8 counts. And I can tell in some songs, in some phrases of the song, it's like half an 8 count. So it's only like 1, 2, 3, 4, and then it starts over 1, 2, 3, 4, or it's like there's like a little 1, 2 count here. I can pick up stuff pretty easily. So I can like pick stuff pretty easily. But like this song, the counts were so far off. I had to like almost rewire my brain to figure out what the count that the coach wanted versus the actual count I corrected in my head. And that was something I just hated. I hated doing that. I had to do it a few times while dancing in like high school and in college. I had to do it a couple times, and it's irritating whenever it happens. So, and what the worst part of that routine was, it was a kick routine. So you also had to rely on several other girls holding themselves up in the kick line, trying to get the correct beat of the kick, and it was so bad. I was on the correct beat, and everyone else was behind. So it looked like I was the one screwing up. And I had to lie to the coach, because after that routine, everyone had screwed it up so bad. The dance coach said, all right, everyone say 2 things you did wrong in that routine, and I didn't do a damn thing wrong in that routine. I will stand by that. I didn't do a damn thing wrong in that kick routine. It was everyone else that fucked up. Oh. So I had to lie to the coach. I remember one thing I said was like, I started one of the kicks a little too early. Because I knew it in my gut that I didn't do anything wrong. It was everyone else. So, yeah. Because there was only, I think, 4 home football games my first year of college. And we only did 2 routines because other half times were taken up, which I think is kind of dumb, because what's a dance team supposed to be for other than, halftime shows? Like, what in the hell is up with this? Alright. Oh, I thought I missed that, or I thought I hit the lightning. Oh, well, it's fine. So yeah, that was kind of stupid to begin with, but the first routine we ever did was to, like, diamonds are a girl's best friend, and that's always stuck with me, because, like, diamonds are a girl's best friend. But it was also a jazz routine on a football field, and not just any football field, it was AstroTurf. It was a turf field, and a turf field plus jazz shoes equals a recipe for disaster. And one of the girls slipped and busted on her ass during that routine. It was a great routine. I loved it. It should have been on a basketball court, if I'm going to be perfectly honest. That was the routine that should have been on a basketball court. Because the reason why all these routines are fresh in my head is because me and my husband watched through a lot of these routines the other night. So these are just kind of fresh in my mind. Another one from college, I remember, we did a collaboration with the cheerleaders because, as I've said before, our cheer and dance coach was the same. So we kind of did a collaborative, like, palm routine to light them up. I've mentioned this routine before because we had to do toe touches. For the chorus, you know, so light 'em up, 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 light 'em up, light 'em up, I'm on fire. You know, that part of the chorus, every time light 'em up happened, we had to do a toe touch. It was horrible, and I could barely do a toe touch then. Even in my prime, I could barely do a toe touch, and it made me really sad. I did my best. I did my best. But that's the part, like, the whole routine was actually really cool and really fun. Aside from the toe touches. But looking back on the video, there was one girl. It was a cheerleader. Our college colors are kind of weird. They're kind of like brown and gold. A weird color combination for, like, really cute dance outfits or, like, palm colors. But we had yellow and white palms. And I want to say yellow was in left, white and right. I want to say that sounds correct. And so that was the thing. The coach reminded every single person, like, you know, yellow and left, white and right. One girl, one cheerleader had the palms on the wrong hand. And there was a section where, like, there were, like, two files, like, two single file lines. And we did, like, cool, like, little palm ripples and, like, tricks and stuff. It was so glaring because this girl was the front of the line in those files. It was so glaring. And it irritates me every time I go back to watch it. Like, and this girl is, like, nowhere near me except for, like, that file, because I was, like, right behind her. So, that's why I'm so adamant about, like, hey, if you ever, like, need coordination, do it. Anyway, here's a new 8-player minigame we haven't played yet. It's shock absorbers. Punch left, right, and up to hit the lights when they blow. If every light is glowing, duck. Up, left, right to punch, and down to crouch. Alright, you'll lose if you fail to punch a glowing button or if you press the wrong one. Alright, let's do it. Coordination, let's go. Let's do this. This might take a little bit of focus, but yeah. It irritates me if I see, like, palms on, like, the wrong hand.
Go!
I might go zone out, no thoughts, head empty for this. I don't know. I really might go. Oh shit! Never mind. I could just. It's fine. It's fine. You know what? It's fine. We could just talk about my college dancing experience. And what else did we do in college?
Finish!
I remember a kind of hip hop / kickline routine we did to Timber. it was a good one. I don't have a video of it, but there are pictures of our outfits that we had. And I had to borrow a pair of cowboy boots because I didn't own any. And now I am married to a guy that wears boots, and my oldest daughter loves her cowboy boots. So he keeps telling me, like, hey, you should get yourself a pair of boots. And I'm like, nah. Nah. I'm good. I'll stick to my Converse. And I need a new pair of Converse anyway, because the pair that I have is like 15 years old. It's been worn down. It's been so worn down. There's a bunch of holes everywhere. The laces are starting to wear thin on them. But I really don't want to part with these pair of Converse because they have like really cool zippers on the side. And that's my favorite thing about them. And I don't think I can ever find a pair of Converse like them ever again. And it just makes me really sad. But I mean, it's not the first time I had to borrow a pair of boots for a quote-unquote country routine. Where is that 20? Alright, let's rock and roll. I remember for, I think, Pink Out. For like Pink Out or something, you know, for breast cancer awareness. We did like a kind of a country routine. To like, I can't remember the name of the song, but it was kind of like, you know, country song. And at the end we did these boots are made for walking. And I had to borrow a pair of boots for that too. I had to borrow a pair of boots for that one too. I just remember the pink top that we had. It was actually really nice because, like, I don't know why dance tops are so weird in a way, which is probably also plays into my hatred for women's clothing. I've always had problems with dance tops being too short on my body, and I have a short torso anyway. So why is a large dance, or like a medium dance top, so short on my short torso? Anyway, we had these like pink tops, which were really nice because they were longer, and I liked those. The only thing that we needed, it was like a one shoulder thing, so we needed a like a clear bra strap for those. So, but I like these pink tops. So of course, you know, Pink Out, you know, breast cancer awareness, fun. Yeah, I also remember, but like the sizes on these dance tops, most of them that I wore in high school, like the bigger the size, the wider they got. They didn't get longer, they got wider, and that was not my issue, which is still playing into my issue with women's clothing today, because I am not a large person. I'm not like, yeah, I'm not like super stick thin skinny. I am nowhere near that. But I'm not like big. But I have big shoulders. And a lot of women's clothing has very tiny shoulders. So for the last like few years, if I needed like a new t-shirt, I would just get a men's shirt, honestly, because those fit me better. But like for like, you know, stuff that I have to get like women's sizes for, I think my measurements say I'm a large, which is kind of weird, but yeah. But I also am in a mindset of like, I have stopped thinking about like the name of the size and just started to think about how the clothes make me feel rather than the name of the size, which I think is a good mindset because fuck beauty standards, right? Fuck clothing size standards. The only time I kind of care about like what the clothes are is kids' clothes. Because don't get me started. Don't get me started on little kid clothes. Because especially out right now, you know, summertime, I have an 8-year-old daughter, right? She is on the taller and skinnier side, so it's hard to find sizes for her anyway. But like a lot of the shirts they've got out right now, they're all crop tops. For 8-year-old children. They're crop tops. They don't need to be wearing that. Especially like little... I saw a TikTok recently saying something about like, oh, they're just now starting to come out with like gender-neutral swimsuits for like little babies and toddlers. And this person's like, good. And you know what? I agree, because like the swimsuits they have for like little baby toddlers, they're like adult swimsuits, just shrunk down. And it's like, that's not protecting the baby skin. Because the baby's skin is very sensitive. That doesn't fit a baby's needs. So, yeah, I've always dealt with that. Because I have 2 girls, right? But I am not afraid to get, like, boy stuff for my kids. I'm not afraid. Because, I mean, I've gotten boy stuff for myself. I still do. I just looked up crop tops. Nani? Yeah. And they have those for little kids. It's ridiculous. I think it's so ridiculous. Like, little kids don't need to be wearing that. They really don't. I'm gonna get rid of this. I don't need it. So, yeah, like, I have an 8-year-old girl. They have a lot of crop tops out there. And also, I can't find, like, a proper pair of, like, pants and shorts for her anyway, because, like, she's just tall and skinny. But it's hard to find clothes for her anyway. Have you ever seen a kid wearing that ever? You'd be surprised. You'd be surprised at what I see around these parts. You'd be surprised. I remember seeing a little girl wear that when I went to go pick up my daughter from school. So she wore one of those to school. So yeah, you'd be surprised. You would be very surprised. Which is why it's so hard to buy clothes for the kids. Granted, for little Riley, I had my sister-in-law buy clothes for her, because for one, she loves buying clothes and stuff for the kids. And also, she hasn't had a little girl in like 15 years because her daughter turned 15 yesterday, and I still can't wrap my head around that. Yeah. So my sister-in-law takes care of that, and I think she just orders off Amazon, which is fine. But like my oldest daughter, she was just so hard to shop for just because of how her body is built. And I hate that about the clothing industry, because like people are built different. Not everything is going to fit everybody. Because it's like, and also like, a large on me will look totally different. Yeah, like a large for myself will
Finish.
No dress codes in school? Yeah, there's dress codes. There's dress codes. I wonder if her parents got called that day or something. I don't know. I just remember seeing her when I went to pick up my daughter and just thought to myself, Your parents really let you out of the house like that? Like, really? You're a little girl. Like, I know when you get to be an adult, you can dress however you want. You're an adult, you're free. If you're on your own, you're on your own. Cool. Like, but like a little kid? No. There's creeps out there. There's creeps out there in the world. And it's something I never, like, stopped to think about until I had kids. So there's a lot of creeps out there in the world. Creeps in Nigel. Yeah, not to mention, like, it kind of goes both ways too, because I've seen some of like the clothes for boys, and a lot of it's kind of boring. You know, kind of the boring blue, dark blues and greens and reds, and it's just like there's not a whole lot of cool stuff. So, which is why I was kind of impressed with one of the shirts that Riley got in like her big box of clothes that my sister-in-law bought for her, which was, it's a shirt. It's got like kind of like pink and purple swirlies and like the silhouette of a unicorn, and on one side, and then on the other side it has like blue and green swirls and a silhouette of a dinosaur. And it's unicorns versus dinosaurs, and that's like one of my favorite things. That's a really cool thing. I'm like, dude, that's the best of both worlds. I love it. I wish more stuff was like that, because I want to get more clothes for my oldest daughter, and she has a lot of boy shirts, but also she really likes Mario and Pokemon and like video games too by proxy, because I mean, look at her parents.
Finish!
So it's kind of hard to find clothes like that in the girls section. It's a lot easier to find stuff like that in the boys section. Thank you. So, and a lot of the time, also at like McDonald's or something, a lot of the time, I remember one time a few years ago, because McDonald's for their Happy Meals sometimes have different toys for boys and girls. And my daughter still really loves Pokemon. Like, she loved Pokemon then and loves Pokemon now. So I pull up, order a Happy Meal, and they asked for a boy or for a girl. And I looked at the toy options. The toy options for girls was like something Barbie, I want to say. And then, are you serious? No, I don't want to lose Tax Road. Don't make me lose Tax Road. I don't want to lose Tax Road. No, it's my Tax Road, not yours. I'm mad. I am so mad. Thanks, Del Toro. Thanks. I worked so hard for that Tax Road. Anyway, my story. Oh, McDonald's drive-thru. I looked at the options, like the girl toys were like some kind of Barbie. Some kind of Barbie toy. And the boy toys were Pokemon. You bet your sweet ass I lied to the McDonald's worker and said it was for a boy to get that Pokemon toy. And that's not the first time I have ever told them it's for a boy. Not the first time. Won't be the last either, probably, if they keep doing that. They haven't separated boy and girl toys in a while. Granted, I don't get Happy Meals for my daughter too often. So, yeah. Ow, I like scratched myself with my watch. Ow. I think the corner of like my clasp got my finger. Ow, that kind of hurt. But yeah, I'm always picking up boy stuff. And we had a surprise birthday party for my daughter over the weekend, which was really fun. Oh shoot! Well, there I go. Wearing a watch at home. Well, it's habit. It's habit. And it's an Apple Watch, so it's actually really nice. Anyway, yeah, we had a birthday party for my oldest daughter, even though her birthday is actually Thursday. We had a party for her on Saturday, you know, with at my everyone but me won. Cool. So we had a birthday party for my daughter. It was kind of a surprise, and you know, it was fun for the girls. And my oldest got to play with her cousin a lot. And one of her gifts was a bike that is staying at her grandparents' house because we have no room for it at our apartment until we can figure out space for it, and until she can like actually like practice riding it. But she got a bike for her birthday, which is really cool. And I remember my mother-in-law came to me because they had ordered one online, and but like they didn't have it anymore. It wasn't in stock anymore. So they're like, all right, let's get you the refund. And so they went over and bought the bike. They bought whatever they could find. And my mother-in-law came to me telling me about the bike. And she's like, well, it kind of looks like a boy's bike, but it was what we can find. And I looked at her just kind of straight face. It's like, you think you should know me by now. I literally do not care if it looks like a boy's bike or not. I do not care. Because she told me the color. It's like this really cool metallic sapphire blue, and it's a good looking bike. It's a good looking bike. And I'm just thinking, like, she's not gonna care, for one. My daughter's not gonna care. She's just gonna be like, oh, hey, it's a bike. Cool. And, like, I mean, yeah, it might have been a boy's bike, but it's like, I don't care. I literally do not care. You think you should know me by now. I don't care if something looks like a boy's thing or not. I don't care. As long as the kids are happy, which is what should matter. I am not above getting boy stuff because my daughters want them. I'm not above that.
Yes, I'm the winner.
Because I remember my mom telling me, because there is this family that had like kids close to my age growing up, that my mom did not like their mom, because I think she coached. No, she didn't coach the kid. But she played against the dad because he was a coach. And this parent had like I'm fixing my tax road, damn it. But like this parents, I think they had like 2 girls and 1 boy, I think. But my mom didn't like this lady because she always thought, and they're like, oh, girls should wear pretty dresses. Girls should wear pretty dresses and dress up and be nice. And my mom, being a Little League coach, just did not have it. She did not have any of it. So I definitely get that. And if I hear that from like some other parent, I would just roll my eyes and be like, nah, fam. Nah, fam. But also she wasn't my kindergarten teacher, because there were 2 kindergarten teachers when I was in kindergarten. And one of them was so strict on everything on these little 5 to 6-year-olds. She would fail little girls for not wearing dresses every day to school. and she would fail so many kids, the school had to come up with something to keep them from falling behind. And so my elementary school had a grade called Primary 1, which was in between kindergarten and first grade.
Go!
So if you got to pass kindergarten, you got to go to first grade. And if you didn't, and your parents thought, this is stupid, they got sent to Primary 1. So, there is that. I'm already confused. Okay, so in normal schooling, at least here, you got preschool, right? Which is like 4 to 5 year olds. You got kindergarten, which is like 5 to 6 year olds. And then you get first grade. Like under normal school circumstances, it goes like preschool, kindergarten, first grade. There was a teacher, a kindergarten teacher, that would fail little girls. Because they did not wear dresses every day to school. And there were so many kindergarten kids that failed. They came up with Primary 1, which is a in between for kindergarten and first grade. So some of these girls, a lot of these girls, got sent to Primary 1 because they did not wear dresses every day. Which is ridiculous. I'm glad I did not have that teacher. I am so glad I did not have that teacher. And I'm pretty sure she hasn't been there for a long time. So, there we go. Alright. This section is rough. Oh, there goes. Yep, they did it. Anyway. Hello, Wes. Welcome in. Welcome in. Hope you're having a great day. We're just talking about bullshit kindergarten. So if you fail at kindergarten, you get punished by having to go through Primary 1. Basically, and it's kind of for other kids that were kind of past kindergarten, but not quite ready for first grade yet. So it kind of served as an in-between. They weren't really punished and sent to Primary 1. It was just a way of trying to save these kids from having to take kindergarten over and over again. And having to fall behind. And I know the school that my daughter goes to here in the town that we live in, they have something kind of similar, but it's transitional kindergarten. It's between preschool and kindergarten. So it's not quite like Primary 1 was when I grew up, but it's kind of the same concept. Hello, DA. Welcome in. Hope you're having a great day. How you doing? We're doing pretty good. Just kind of ranting about school stuff. So anyway, the school here that my daughter goes to, or the one of the grade schools here in town, because they have transitional kindergarten, where it's if you feel like your kid is not quite ready for kindergarten, they can go ahead and go into transitional kindergarten, which I was given the option to with my daughter, mostly because her preschool year was right when the pandemic hit. And it was right when all the schools shut down. So, her preschool year, that was not what I wanted. That was absolutely not what I wanted. Her preschool year started in 2019 into 2020. So it was kind of right when the pandemic hit, a few months in. So they basically went on spring break and just never went back to school. And because of those months missed, I'm sure all of the preschoolers that year were given the options like, hey, do you want to send your kid in a transitional kindergarten for this upcoming school year because of the months missed from the pandemic? And my kid's smart. She's smart. So we just sent her to kindergarten. So, and she's been fine ever since, so. What would not ready for kindergarten look like anyway? What kind of signs would one look for in a child? I'm not entirely sure, to be quite honest with you. I just know she knew, like, shapes, colors. Her reading skills are really good. So, and I think a big thing might be, like, behavioral issues. And I know I've had some with my oldest daughter, but she has gotten a lot better the more she is in school. So that's gotten a little bit better. How's Mario Party 7? It's going. It's going. I've been kind of half paying attention because I've been ranting about a lot of things, but it's also given me a lot of stuff to talk about. But so far so good. That was not a good me. There we go. Let's focus up here. Got the Baba. No, I didn't. Wow, that was dumb. Now we got the Baba. Now, because it makes one full rotation after you press the button. Chain chomp. There we go. We're done.
Finish!
Yay. So yeah, in terms of like school, a lot. Yeah, more so social interaction with other kids. Yes. Yes, exactly. Exactly. I think that's a lot of things with kids is the social skills. And I think a lot of that comes from, like, you know, parents and also trial and error interacting with other kids. So I'm on my break, so I'm just gonna tune in for a bit. No worries, DA. No worries. Thank you for popping in, even for a little bit. I always appreciate that. Bowser, you're out of shape! You know what? Same. I was told I used to hit teachers in kindergarten, but I don't remember any of it. I mean, apparently I had some issues when I was in kindergarten because I remember I still have, like, the kindergarten report that I had, and it was, it said some not good things about my behavior, and I don't remember any of it either. But, I mean, that was over 20 years ago. It's been a long time since I've been in kindergarten, so a lot of things have changed. Am I playing Xenoblade Chronicles? I'm playing Xenoblade Chronicles Friday. We're starting it Friday. And all VODs get posted to YouTube. So there you go. I remember, a couple things. Off the top of my head, my husband, when he was, I don't remember what grade he was in at this point, he got in trouble one time for farting in class. I remember that. I remember the story about that. And I am so surprised my daughter hasn't gotten in trouble for farting in class because, oh my god, her farts, they're the worst. They are the worst. I would like to skip some of them, please. I just wanted to make sure I might not be able to see them. No worries. No worries, they will get posted to YouTube. All VODs get posted to YouTube. I'm gonna do my best to try and keep up. Because sometimes I can get behind in publishing them, so I will try my best to stay current. Well, at least I have enough coins for this. Lost my coins to Waluigi and Daisy. Thank you for the alert, DA. Thank you. You have a wonderful day. Yeah, I remember my school days. There was also another time, I think, it was like the first day of like 2nd grade for my husband, I think. If he's around, he can correct me if I'm wrong. It was something about like he told his teacher he hated her or something. Or I don't remember what exactly it was, but he told his teacher something not nice on like the first day of school. And it's kind of funny. Even back then, he took no shit from anybody. But I was always quite the wallflower in school. In any of my grades, really. So I didn't really... Well, to be fair, she was a bitch. I knew you'd say that. I mean, we've all had teachers like that, let's be real. We have all had teachers like that. I mean, I've had teachers that were pretty bitchy, but none that were really, like, mean to me in a way. So... I remember this... Oh, give me a break! This is one of my favorites. I had this one teacher in 5th grade where she was just weird. She was just really weird. And like not good vibes. No good vibes from this teacher. There was also another teacher in like 8th grade that just strange vibes. He was kind of creepy in a way. There's also, I had some kind of creepy teachers, honestly. Anyway, give me a break. Stop your scooter closest to the course's edge by hitting the brakes at just the right moment. The scooter slows at different rates based on the weather. Time it carefully and don't fall in the mud. I'll do my best. I remember 7th grade math teacher.
Go!
7th grade math teacher. He was not nice. He was not great. Because, you know, in middle school, it's when, you know, girls hitting puberty, doing all that kinds of fun stuff. It's not really fun, but you know what I mean. Because, you know, bodies change, they're getting their periods. So it's like, if a girl asks to go to the restroom for like any reason whatsoever, you gotta let them. And this teacher would not let this girl go. Like, this girl needed to go to the restroom because she thought she was gonna start her period, and this teacher would not let her go. Would not let her go. For like dumb reasons. So, yeah, I'm kind of glad that guy just doesn't teach there anymore. I'm really glad. Hold it in, Betsy. Yeah, like we can do that. But no. That's gonna be the fun part, because I have 2 girls. That's gonna be fun, and I'm gonna do what my mother didn't do, hopefully, and do a better job at explaining things about the body, because I know it's an awkward conversation, but it's gotta be said, you know. Because I'll admit, my mother was not the greatest. I fell off, that's fine. Yeah, my mother was not the greatest at explaining a lot of things. All she ever taught me how to do was teach me how to use a pad. That's it. That's it. It's all she did. Didn't explain nothing to me. My only explanation was this video package that we watched in like 4th grade when they separated all the boys and girls and we watched our own videos about our own bodies. That's all I remember. And it's not a great source, because I didn't get my first period till a few years later. So, yeah. I got zero explanation on a lot of things. I was also the baby of the family, so I was definitely kept in the dark about a lot of things. And I was definitely, like, quote-unquote protected from a lot of things as well that I should not have been protected from. But I think I kind of blame that on being the baby of the family. Because, being the baby and a girl, you know, gotta protect the little girl, you know? I also got zero explanation on periods. Such an injustice. I mean, I feel like stuff about, you know, the body should be explained to both, to all sides, you know? Because it's like, it's the human body. It's things that happen. We interact with other people, you know? And if you're gonna get into relationships and do all that kinds of fun stuff later on in life, some stuff will need to get explained. Nice. So, yeah. I will say, the sex education system, at least here in the US, is not the greatest. It's not the greatest. Anyway. Let's kind of veer away from that kind of conversation. And, what else about my school life can I talk about? But also, not quite in, like, that realm, but also just kind of, like, you know, talking about, like, you know, your self-image, your confidence, noodles. Oh yeah, the box of noodles that, my husband had ordered. He ordered, like, super spicy ramen, and what came in the mail was not what he ordered. So that was a bust. Also, hi, Frost. Hello, how you doing? Hope you're doing great. Yeah, and also, I've mentioned before, it took me a long time to feel confident in my own skin. And I feel like a lot of my issues came from my mother. I can say this stuff because she's dead. I mean, yeah, it's still sad, you know, I've lost both my parents, all that fun stuff, I guess. But, you know, looking back on it in my almost 28 years of existence, a lot of my issues stemmed from my mother, so that's wonderful. Hopefully people have had better parents than I, and at least one of mine. Because my dad was really cool. My dad was always nice. He always got me anything I ever needed. He was there for me. I heard the combo, but I won't bring it up again. I mean, it's fine. Everyone's got their own issues. So, because, like, as a very young child, I was concerned about what my body looked like and comparing myself to the other little girls.
Finish.
Which was not what, like, a little girl should be doing. That's how messed up it was. And I can... Like, it was so bad, my mom always said, like, oh, you always, like, porked out in, like, when you were 12, when you were in middle school. You porked out. You know, you were chubby. And I remember one day I looked back at my middle school yearbook and saw pictures of myself. And there was one, you can see my whole body very clearly. And I looked at that and I thought, I looked fine. I looked perfectly fine. What the hell was my mother talking about? Like, what in the fresh hell was my mother talking about? Anyway, don't worry, Tessa.
Go!
You turned out a great person, you even found your very own Vegito. I did. I did. And hopefully, both of our girls will have the same confidence. Because self-confidence is super important. I'll catch that in a second.
Finish!
I'll allow it just because context. Yeah, porked out was the exact word she used. But also, I I feel like I got the worst of it because my sister, growing up, was like the super skinny, the model thin, pretty girl. So, guess who I got constantly compared to growing up? That didn't help my body issues at all. Nope, not at all. Anyway, I'm sorry if talking about this is kind of a touchy subject, and I can understand how it's a touchy subject for some. But I'm just saying, like, sometimes it does get better. It does get better. It takes time to learn to love yourself and have that self-confidence, because it took me a long time to get to where I am now. So, it can happen. And it, you know, it's on both sides of the spectrum too. Like, guys can have those issues too. Girls have those issues. Guys can have them too. And anybody in between can have those kinds of issues. And it takes a long time. It really does. It doesn't happen overnight, so... Anyway... Indeed, yes. But also, I'm not gonna say this, it's fine. I mean, when you're playing 40 turns of Mario Party, these things will inevitably come up. Yes, self-confidence issues all the time. I am fiddling with my headphone right now. Oh, anyway. Oh, my back hurts. Oh god, it hurts so bad. Ouch. Because, last night, I was, working on some stuff. And anytime I work on art stuff on my laptop, I am hunched over it so bad like a little gremlin. I don't see any... Okay, so you know what, let's do it. Nothing wrong with addressing the things that actually matter to you. No worries, alright. I appreciate that. Tessa, chair! Give me subs, I'll get a chair! I say as I lean my back on my chair that I'm leaning against as I'm sitting on the floor. Where are we at? 67 subs? Sub or gift a sub? And I will get a chair because the spiel is I sit on the floor. I sit on the floor to stream. And people are like, no, dude, get a chair. Save your back. And I'm like, haha, no. Oh, god damn it, I'm losing Tax Road again. No! Damn it. Not Tax Road. Leave Tax Road alone. No, I worked so hard to get them back. Damn it. That's a pain. But also thinking about it, was like, alright, you guys want me to get a chair? Fine, I'll make you work for it. And we're at 67 subs, so that is 33 more subs. And those need to be gotten before July 18th, which is my birthday. So you have until then to get to 100 subs. Chair upgrade should get you to play against brutal CPU. You know what? You know what? Maybe. We'll see what happens. We'll see what happens. But yeah, there are a lot of issues that, like, you know, kind of matter to me. And I talked about one earlier about, you know, like, boys versus girls stuff. That's a big one to me, because I was such a tomboy growing up. And, like, I was so, like, tomboyish growing up, and, like, the way I acted and dressed. This is gonna fall into stereotypes here, so bear with me. This was just what I grew up with. Bear with me. Like, I was so tomboyish growing up. You know, I was dressing boyish, and I was such a loner kid, so I never had a boyfriend. people in my family thought I was lesbian because I was so tomboyish and I didn't have a boyfriend. One person in particular was my brother's ex-girlfriend, and they're exes for a reason. So I hate stereotyping for that reason. I mean, there's more reasons than that, but yeah, that's one of them, and I hated it so much. So anyway, next question of the day, kind of not on any of the topics we've touched today, but just a common question that I ask a lot of people. If you had a superpower, what would it be and how would you use it? You know, sometimes mind reading, even though it's a common answer, I would, you know, kind of understand how people's minds work and why they think the way they do. I get that feeling. Someone once asked me if I was trans. I'm not, because of how I was walking. What? That is so stupid, I think. Also, it's like, mind your own business. What other people are and what they do is none of anybody's business. It's none of anybody's business. So, yeah, that's kind of ridiculous. Yeah, it's like I dressed in, like, you know, baggy shirts, and I had the baggy basketball shorts, you know, I dressed like, you know, very boyish. Yeah, because that combined with not having a boyfriend. And I got a boyfriend when I was like 15, almost 16. That lasted 4 months, and he broke up with me over Facebook Messenger. And he immediately got with this girl, and he's been together with her ever since, and they just had a baby. I saw on their Facebook. So, I mean, congratulations. Funny how that works, and I didn't even have another boyfriend until my husband. I mean, I have met and, like, talked to a couple of guys since then, or at least since getting to college. There was one guy who was, you know, a jerk. There was another guy who was really sweet, and he was really nice, but then I met my husband, and we just clicked. So, and then you met Vegito and went out for ice cream? Yes, I want to say, technically, one of our first dates was at McDonald's, I want to say, technically, because, it was after, like, the last game of, basketball. You know, I'm gonna get rid of one of these. Just to get rid of it. I think it was like the last game of like college basketball. And it's like, dang, we wouldn't get to see each other again. And I think he said, it's like, let's go hang out, you know? And we went to McDonald's after that basketball game, because it was in the afternoon. And it was in the afternoon, and we were hungry, and broke college kids, we went to McDonald's. So it's kind of half right. And then there was this frozen yogurt place called Peach Wave. Oh, Peach Wave. It had really good frozen yogurt. It was really good. But the management was shitty because he later got a job there. And he was treated like crap there and got fired for a bad attitude. And it was like, what? Where'd that come from? So, yeah. So you're kind of half right on the ice cream there. But at least we're all grown and happy. At least I can say that for myself. I am pretty happy where I'm at in life right now. So, you were basically my chauffeur in college. That is true, because you did have that Dodge pickup, which I know you really liked, but also gas. Gas and, you know, being broke. and I had my Chevy Blazer that had all sorts of problems with it. It was cursed. That thing was cursed, I swear. But honestly, I would rather have the Blazer than the Exploder that I had. That used to be my mother-in-law's old car, I think. That thing was the worst. But yeah. And all those days and nights we hung out in the hospital parking lot. We even have a tree. I think it's still up, right? I think so. Yeah, because countless times we spent at that hospital, and I want to say it was at that hospital where we had our first kiss. I want to say, if I want to get all sappy on ya, I remember that moment specifically, because, am I allowed to say the detail? I'm not gonna go, like, super deep into detail, but, like, yeah, we kissed once, and I was freaking out because I knew he had a girlfriend at the time. I was freaking out so hard because I knew he had a girlfriend at the time. But we kind of shimmy past that a little bit because I was so scared to even talk to him. Like, knowing all that information and knowing what had happened, I was like so freaking scared. But then, like, we kind of shimmied past that, and then, like, approximately a month later, him and his girlfriend had broken up. Say it, I don't remember. Yeah, yeah, we kissed. I remember how it happened, too. Cause, like, we were just kind of, like, playing around and messing, and, I think you, like, accidentally, like, smacked my mouth or something, and you're like, alright, can you kiss it better? And you kind of went in, and it was like, no, we'll do it better, and then we kissed. It was like something you'd write in a book, I think. I don't know. But then I remember, like, after that, I was just freaking out because I knew you had a girlfriend at the time. I was just freaking out. I didn't talk to you for, like, a couple of days, I think. At least a day. I didn't even talk to you. But we we shimmied past that. We got through it a little bit. And then, like, approximately, I think a little less than a month later, him and his girlfriend broke up, and then, like, a few weeks after that, we started dating, and here we are. Because, yeah, it took a little bit, you know, because, I mean, with the way our friendship was, people mistook us for dating all the time. And, yeah, that's kind of how it was. I remember one person was, like, so shocked to know that, like, no, we weren't dating. Yep. Let's do it. What? Oh, it's only for Boo? I can't use it as Peach? Rude. Anyway, yep, that's kind of the story on how me and Vegito got together. And here we are now, like 9 years later, because like, you know, a couple weeks, you know, a few weeks after him and his girlfriend had broken up, you know, we started talking a little more, you know. It got, I want to say it got a lot flirtier in our conversations. And then it just kind of built and built and built until one day, which would have been 9 years ago tomorrow, he told me to check my Facebook. And I'm like, what? Alright. And I checked it, and it said we were in a relationship. And I'm like, okay, I guess we're dating now. Oh. And then here we are. here we are, 2 kids later and 1 marriage. Basically doing like the best we've ever been, honestly. You know, of course, you know, what couple doesn't have their ups and downs, right? Because, I mean, we've had our fair share of, you know, difficulties. But yeah, we're pretty good now.
Finish.
So, yeah. And for those people who feel like they're just going to be perpetually single, not gonna find love, are just gonna be alone forever and are not, like, prepared for that, or just feel like no one's gonna love them, it'll come. Your time will come. Your time will come. And because I thought I was gonna be forever alone for a long time. You know, until I met Vegito. So, I'm cool with being alone forever. I mean, some people are more okay with it than others. But I was, like, in the camp of, like, no one's gonna love me. I'm never gonna find anybody. I'm Sun Wukong, and oh my god, look at Boo. Look at Boo. He blends so effortlessly into the cloud. Love it. And Peach is Sun Wukong. Alright, anyway. Take my money, it was a great picture. To be honest, I don't really want a family, and you know what? That's perfectly okay. People will want what people will want. No picture. Rude. I just realized. We're over halfway. It's time for the break. I got so caught up in all the conversations. It's time for the break. Anyway, I'll be back. We'll be back. We're just gonna take our break. Get up, stretch, go to the bathroom, grab a snack, do whatever it is you need to do. And, we'll come back and probably pick up where we left off. I don't know, unless I can think of something else. Break time! Yes, so we'll be right back.
Showing off, don't wanna have to wait tonight. Better off, I'm gonna find my way tonight.
was wrong to say I wouldn't change a thing, 'cause in the story of our lives, the best of times through color glass, time rolls on enough to let me move on past, but every little now and then it creeps on back to shade my smile. I was wrong to say I wouldn't change a thing, 'cause in the story of our lives, the best of times through color glass, time rolls on enough to let me move on past, but every little now and then it creeps on back to shade my smile. Some days there's no one else who loves me like you used to. Some days I'm not myself, there's no one I can turn to. And I know all the feelings that we shared are in the past. And I know your relationships are never meant to last. It might take some time, but I'll be alright. I'm moving on, I'm moving on. I know times are tough, but I've had enough. I'm moving on, I'm moving on. Moving on, moving on. I know else who loves me like you used to. Some days I'm not myself, there's no one I can turn to. And I know all the feelings that we shared are in the past. And I know your relationships are never meant to last. It might take some time, but I'll be alright. I'm moving on. I'm moving on.
All right, we are back. Hello, Be Forgotten. We're back. We're getting ready to jump back in for kind of the back half, because we're a little over halfway. Let's see. Oh yeah, just kind of, kind of running around and getting stuff for Riley's mashed potatoes. I remembered there are 3 boxes of baby cakes, the Little Debbie Swiss rolls, if you know what I'm talking about. I've always called them baby cakes. They're just baby cakes to me, and they will never not be baby cakes. Anyway, there are 3 boxes of those sitting on my counter, but I cannot touch them until like after Thursday evening, only because those are the snacks for my daughter's softball team. Because I volunteered for snacks. For Thursday's game because, that's my daughter's birthday. So why wouldn't I volunteer to bring the snacks and the drinks? Because, as a kid, it's like, hey, you just get snacks and drinks after your games, but like as the parent, it's like, oh, I have to buy this stuff. and that is if there are any leftovers. I'm sure there'll be leftovers because there's no guarantee every kid is going to show up at every single game. Except my kid, at least, and maybe a couple other kids. But things can happen, it is the summertime, but no guarantee all the kids are gonna show up, so... yeah, I'm in control of Boo, we're gonna do the magic orb, let's go. And the roll is doubled. Alright, at least growing up, in a small town, it's all about the popular kids, right? I don't have enough! Shoot. Dang, that was bad. Yeah, growing up, like, everything was about, like, your last name, who your family was, what your last name was. Because small towns, am I right? No, actually. But at least growing up, the sports teams I was on growing up, I was never really, like, part of, like, an outcasted group because a lot of, like, the parents that took on, like, the little kids coaching, my parents knew. So there was one person in particular that was friends with my parents. He was really nice coach. He was my coach for a lot of different sports. So, yeah. So at least I never really felt out of place whenever I did sports through the recognition growing up. So, and I really hope it's not like that here, because my daughter's first ball game a week ago felt kind of bad in a way. It felt kind of bad in a way because there's my daughter's team, right? They're kind of like a ragtag group of kids. Some know what they're doing, some don't, and that's perfectly fine because they're kids. But, like, they are playing a team of ball players as their first game. And, man, I just felt so bad watching these kids. It was kind of painful. It's kind of painful to watch because, like, these are just kids. Why are they playing a full-fledged ball team? The second game wasn't so bad. The second game on Thursday wasn't bad. And hopefully the game today goes just as good as that second game. But that first game was rough. But I don't think I have to worry about, at least my oldest, you know, feeling like I felt growing up. And also my husband, because she's such a social butterfly. She has, like, no problem going up to someone and just talking to them. She has, like, no problem with that whatsoever, and which is good. But also, in turn, that makes her, like, the complete opposite of me. Like, I am an introvert in every sense of the word, while my oldest daughter is an extrovert in every sense of the word. So there is kind of a disconnect there. And so that kind of comes with the territory of an extroverted kid. It's like, well, I just want to stay home. My daughter would benefit from, you know, going out and playing. So we got to find a balance somewhere. Oh my god, come on. Oh my god, what is happening? I don't know what's happening anymore. I don't know what's happening. I have, like, nothing. I'm, like, grabbing the same thing over and over again. Alright, let's do better.
Finish.
That was bad. That was so bad. So, because I remember a birthday party. I think I mentioned this before. My oldest daughter went to a birthday party a couple months ago at this point. And the girl, when we got there, the birthday girl turned to, like, her mom or grandma or something. She's like, "Look, Allison is here!" And she was, like, super excited. She was super excited for her to get there. I'm like, oh, you know what? It's fine. Because I always worry that, like, we're just there to, like, to just be there. And, like, we're not, like, really, you know, like, really the friends. Because sometimes it felt like I was invited to, like, birthday parties growing up out of obligation. I feel like I was that kid. There's maybe a couple of birthday parties where I feel like, yeah, I was invited because they're my friend. And there were other birthday parties where it's like, I don't belong here, but I guess I was invited to be invited. So I just don't want my kids feeling like that, because that's a horrible feeling looking back on it. Like, the one, like, kid's birthday. Like, I even had a birthday party. I think when I was 10, I think it was my 10th birthday party. I had a birthday party at, Pizza Hut, because that's where you went for birthday parties when you're in a small town. So I had a birthday party then, had friends spend the night, and it was really fun. Just kind of invited people just to invite people. Some of them were my friends, some of them were kind of not people. I need to get rid of all of these Team Seagull spaces. They are running rampant. They are running rampant among here. Like, look at that. Those are, like, all Seagull spaces. Like, bro, what in the hell? Like, it's those stupid Kamek spaces that they had. This was my tax road, and it's gone because of those two bitches. I couldn't think of the most appropriate thing to say, so I just went with bitches. Oh, that's cool. Peach uses the wand. That's neat. So there's got to be animations for all of them using the wand. That's cool. That is pretty cool. Anyway, what was I gonna rant about? Oh yeah, like being invited out of an obligation. Like, there's two ways you can look at it. There is, you know, being invited out of obligation and learning that later can kind of hurt, but also, it can also be like, they went out of their way to invite me, So it's like I wouldn't be alone in a way and just feel like, oh, everyone's going to this party and you're not. So there's different ways you can look at it. And if we haven't really thrown like a big birthday party and invited kids from school because it's kind of hard to do that with her birthday in the summer and also in the middle of ball season. But like if we ever did that, I don't want to make the other kids like feel like they're there out of obligation. I don't want to do that. I wouldn't do that to a kid. Bumper to bumper again. Okay. Yeah, I wouldn't do that to the kids because I know what it feels like to be kind of, especially like invited to something and then kind of left out later. Oh. So, I got wrecked.
Finish.
Yeah, because I've mentioned a lot of times, growing up, I was often ignored and treated like I didn't exist. And that also led to a lot of problems. A lot of problems I had growing up. And then there is, the being ignored, plus a lot of the body image issues I had growing up as well, thanks to my mother. But I've gotten to the point where it's like, I can look back on it and I can talk about it like this, and at least attempt not to get super emotional about it because it sucked. It absolutely sucked going through all of that. And my hope is, for streaming like this, is maybe my streams can help people take their mind off of stuff like that. And I really hope I can make a lot of people feel welcome here, honestly. Because, that's kind of the goal of this, is, take your mind off of the real world for a couple of minutes. Or a couple of hours, Because, that's why I watch a lot of content, is so people can just take their mind, so I can take my mind off of something, for a couple hours, no thoughts, head empty, just listening, being entertained. So hopefully I can provide that for you. Thank you, Frost. Even if I talk about my own issues, that can potentially cause some bad things, but I don't know. It's just, I want other people to start feeling comfortable with themselves and, because it's no fun. It's no fun wallowing in self-pity and feeling that way about yourself. It's no fun. And it does take a long time. By the way, the AI is a cheating bastard at that minigame. That minigame can be kind of rough. I agree. I can agree with that. And I hope my kids don't go through all of that because, again, it's no fun to go through that. And I do want to treat my kids better than my mother treated me, so... And I know, I mentioned my oldest daughter, she's kind of on the taller side and, skinny, but, it's not... Anytime I make those comments, it's not, an integral part of, any kind of personality trait for anybody. Those Kamigorbs need to go. These are all Kamigorbs, I think. They all need to go, but I also want my tax road back. Anyway, what was I saying? I forgot what I was saying. I was so focused on tax road. I've already forgotten. Shoot. This is awkward. Yeah, I just, anything I say about, like, you know, I will start being like kind of on the skinnier side. Because like clothes shopping is hard for her, as I've mentioned before. Like anytime I say that, it's not out of like, it's not like a, oh, you're so skinny, you're so pretty because you're skinny. No, my oldest daughter is a pretty girl because she's a pretty girl. She's beautiful. And don't matter what her body's built like, she's beautiful because she just, when she's so happy, she's so happy. And, you know, and I love to see her happy, so. That's kind of the point, because my mom always made comments about me and my sister's bodies, and it was not in a good way. It was always a comparative way. So, I think they should have replaced the mic spaces with blue spaces when the mic space is set to off instead of the stupid mic is off dialogue. Yeah, I get that, because it does get annoying. It does get very annoying. Okay, I'm over here.
Go!
Yeah. So, and I am, like, the only comparisons I would make between my daughters is just the personality difference and some of the different things they each did as babies. Because they are, like, very similar, but they are also very different. So, and that also stems from, like, oldest kid to the second child. Because anything you hear about, like, oh, the second child is, like, feral, yes, 100% second child is feral. Because I saw a TikTok one day, and it's like, which child would overthrow a regime, and why is it the second child? And as soon as I heard overthrow a regime, I'm like, that's Riley. Also, preach, Tessa. Thank you, Frost. Thank you. Because, for one, body image issues suck. Two, being compared to your siblings who has a drastically different body type than you is different. Is not good. Being compared like that is not fun. Yeah, I've had 2 kids. So, and, like, the moment where I, like, thought, like, I was getting comfortable in my own skin, boom, I get pregnant. And the moment I thought I was feeling comfortable enough or as I was super confident in my skin, boom, I get pregnant again. And as you know, pregnancy really fucks up your body. There's a lot of changes that get made, and not everybody, quote unquote, bounces back to their OG pre-pregnancy body. Like, not everybody can bounce back like that. So, yeah, and like, even my body now is so different than what it was even before my first kid. Like, not just like the number on the scale, it's not just that, it's like, you know, the way everything kind of sits, but also after having my second kid and, you know, almost dying, I want my tax road back, bitches. Anyway, yeah, after almost dying and going through what I went through, with like basically kidney failure, I was pretty swollen, and I do have a lot of loose skin in places, and you know what, it's fine, because like right now, I am the most comfortable in my own skin that I've ever been in my lifetime, even with the physical changes in my body. And that's perfectly okay. It's perfectly okay, because like my body went through some shit. I should be nicer to it. And I hope everyone can be nicer to themselves sometimes. Because even yesterday, after spending an hour doing completely nothing, getting lost in Link's Awakening, I just like kind of look back at that and like laugh. I'm like, damn, I was such a dumbass. I was such a dumbass. All I had to do was go to Chow Chow and give her the bow. That's all I had to do. But anyway, if you can't look back on some of the things and just kind of laugh at yourself, then you're not doing it right. Row, row, row your boat gently down the stream. Yeah. I guess today's stream was just talking about... I guess this entire stream is just a TED Talk. You know, no skin off my bones, because I have been through a lot of stuff. I have also, I have been through a lot more mental stuff. Because, you know, feeling like forever alone, you know, I was there. You know, with, the thoughts. But, crawled out of them, got help, and, realized people cared. And that's a big thing. That's a huge thing. People care. You just gotta find those people. It doesn't always have to be like your immediate family, because sometimes those people are the ones causing problems. And you don't need those problems in your life. Go find people who give a shit about you. Because, I mean, I didn't find those people till college, and, you know, I've got close family members I can count on, and I've got my husband and 2 kids that I can, you know, count on. So, yeah. So just gotta find the people that care about you. Hi, impeccable images. Eat away at your popcorn. Is it delicious? I hope it's delicious. Or just hear it my TED Talk. Kind of straying away from that because that's a subject I will start crying about. But yes, your body changes so drastically after having kids, and the media is so like consumed with, oh, they got their body back after pregnancy, and it's not always easy. It's not always easy. And no, even now, I feel the best I have ever been in my life. I don't have... Hold on. Fucking Boo, damn it! I want to use it! Give Boo the pretty flower. Give Boo the pretty flower. Steals impeccable images popcorn! I'm going to get rid of those spaces, because those are bad. Which? What? Which? Are you good? What? Well, that happened. Anyway, I lack the coins and I need proper training. Cool. I can't believe myself on a Tuesday. No! This whole stream I have talked about being nicer to yourself! Don't contradict me now! Yeah, the biggest example I can think of, you know, just being nicer to yourself. Oh, you bully so. No, don't bully yourself. Be nicer to yourself. Oh, witch. Oh, I love you. You're great. Oh, excuse me. Okay, fine. You're from the Midwest, you should be nice. Yeah, the biggest example of me being nicer to myself was when I saw that yearbook picture of me from like 7th grade, when my mom constantly told me, oh, you're chubby, you porked out, you're chubby, you're big. And I was perfectly fine. Perfectly fine. I think, like, the subject of weight doesn't bother me, but we don't have a scale in the house, mostly because we don't want the kids to go through that. To go through the constant numbers in your head and wondering, you know, the self-image stuff, because I went through that and it was bad. Whoa! But,
Go!
I remember weighing like maybe 140-ish in like 7th, 8th grade, and like I looked fine. I looked fine in those yearbook pictures. I don't know what my mom was on about.
Finish.
And then I mean, like the smallest I've ever been was like the worst mentally I've ever been. So, which is not a fun time. And like, okay, I'm gonna let you in on a little thing. When I had my doctor's appointment last month, you know, like, I feel great, you know? And I'm not like super concerned about like the numbers on the scale. And like, I know there's progress especially like when I do go and get like weighed at like the doctor's office, and like my mentality is just like, oh, all right, that's how much I weigh. All right, cool. I'm gonna let you in on something. I'm not a small person by any means, but I'm not big either. Witch has seen me in person. She has also seen pictures of myself. So I am not a small person, but I'm not a big person by any means. You are small? Okay, fine. I weighed like 160 something pounds when I went to my doctor's appointment last month. So I weigh in the 160s. At least I was a month ago. And I am not like quote unquote fat or like big like my mom would have called me back in the day. So, yeah. I know it's like, you know, you're not supposed to ask a woman about her weight. Well, here's my mentality on it. I saw the number on the scale. I'm like, oh, that's how much I weigh? Cool. You are small and sassy. Yes. Break the generational toxicity. Yes, absolutely. Break the cycle. There you go. My mom was also super concerned about weight and stuff. It's not fun growing up like that, especially when you have a sibling who is the opposite. Or like got opposite comments, because my sister was like the model thin. Sorry, is. Yes, don't you forget it. Yep, there's Baldy. And so, yeah. But also, in turn, I'm just going to state facts here because I know my sister watches some streams, and I don't know if she watches all the streams, but I'm just gonna state facts. This is not an insult by any means, we're just gonna state facts. When she went off to college, she was put on new medicine for like her Asperger's syndrome, because she is on the spectrum. She was put on new medication, and one of the side effects was weight gain. And so she started taking the medicine, she was gaining weight, and she was feeling really bad, you know, because like she didn't want to gain the weight. She was like, I think she was like so scared of like being like fat, I think, quote unquote. I'm not exactly sure, but and then she stopped taking it. But like with, you know, the way she thinks, it's like, stop taking medicine, weight's gonna drop off. It doesn't work that way, because it's very hard to lose weight. It takes a lot of effort. Not everyone can do it. And then there was a time where, you know, she was always smaller than me growing up. But then there was a point where we kind of quote unquote swapped places, where she became like the thicker one and I was the skinny one, because I was smaller than I am now when I was in college. But I was also super active with dance and doing a lot of physical activity. So there it is. So there was some slight mental vindication because of all the comments my mother made growing up. But yeah. But now that I'm older, physical activity. Not that kind of physical activity. Because I hadn't met Vegeta yet. Anyway. Yeah. Flower orb. You bet. Look, set to season number 1. I mean, she was conceived when we were in college, but that was the second year of college. Anyway, can I have my tax? I want my tax road. I want my tax road. Anyway. Yeah, looking at Tuxedo number 1, whose birthday is in 2 days. So that's exciting. But anyway. Yeah, so I was like the smallest I'd ever been in college. Oh god, I have to duel? That's rough. Gift will be late. Oh, no worries. No worries about it. Hashtag we suck. Don't worry about it. I'm not super worried about it. I'm honestly not. I want them. I want them. Don't worry about it. Alright, Battle of the Princesses. But just in terms of like the constant comparison between like me and my sister, I am going to do my damnedest to not put my kids through that. So, but like any kind of comment that we would make about like, you know, the physical appearances is more of an objective statement in terms of at least like trying to find them clothes. Because Riley is small. Riley is small. She is just now starting to fit into 2T clothing. And she is well over 2 years old. No! Ah! Okay. Oh my god, the music. Please hit Daisy, please hit Daisy. Thank you. Thanks, Wes. Thanks, Wes. And then I mentioned my oldest, she's kind of on the taller side and skinny. It's hard to find her clothes, especially when everything's a damn crop top for 8-year-olds. No! It's the second time now. I wanted all your money. Oh my god, Eileen, hi! I finally learned how to say your name! Because I watched the podcast with Ultramelon on Monday and I heard Max say your name. Hello, welcome! Welcome in! Oh my god, hi! Thank you for the raid! Oh my god, hello! Oh my goodness, hugs, thank you! Thank you for the raid! Oh my gosh, hi! My name is Tessa Jane. I play a variety of games, and apparently I have TED Talks about, you know, body positivity, I guess, because I went through some shit. Anyway, thank you for the raid. Oh my god, can we get Eiley a shout out there? If you don't mind, Witch, if you're still here. Can we do that for her, please? I heard money? Yes, hi. Welcome in, beloved Midna. Love the username. Welcome in. Landy Landy, hello. Yes, you heard money. You heard correctly. Thank you for the raid. And if you're not already following Eiley, there you go. Press the button. My button's pressed. What are you doing? What are you doing? And also, hi Max. Raid hype. Yes, let's go. So go ahead and give her a follow. We're gonna do some 8-player minigames. Yes, it's me by myself. I love capitalism. We haven't had communism yet, though. We haven't had that, and I would love for that to happen because while Luigi and Daisy have a lot of money, and I would like to take that from them. But yes, welcome in. Thank you so much for the shout out. I hope you're doing well, having a wonderful stream today. Thanks for your wonderful chat. Yes, absolutely. Oh god, I about ran off the edge. Oh god, okay, okay. I am controlling both Peach and Boo right now, so this is insane right now. Oh, nope. No, Peach needs to... Oh, Boo got squished. Okay, you know what? That's fine. Oh, I was gonna run around in circles. Boo got squished. Also, thank you so much for the raid, Eiley. It means so much to me. It means so much to me. It really does. And I get so flustered and panicked every time I get raided. I get so flustered. Boo just got sent to hell twice. Yep, for sure. Oh, you drank all your milk, kiddo. Yep, your milk. That's right. I was just talking about, you know, body positivity, and it took me a very long time to feel confident in my own skin. It took me a very long time. And, you know, if you are struggling with stuff like that, then hopefully streams, distraction, yes. Also, thank you, Witch, for grabbing that shout out. hopefully your stream went well, Eileen. So, hopefully everything went well, and I hope you have a great day too. Of course. Yes. Did I? Ooh, I don't know. I have feelings about things, but I'm taking progesterone, so I am emotional. Yes, because you're going through some big changes. Here in the coming weekend, right? Like, this week, right? Yes? I'm pretty sure. Unless I got my info wrong, I'm pretty sure. And we're transfer on Friday! Play home on Saturday! Yes, that's right! Yes! I wish you all the best of luck with that, witch. Yeah, we got the Tecito #1's birthday on Thursday. You have that on Friday, and you fly home on Saturday. Let's go. And also, speaking of Thursday, I can't eat the damned baby cakes until Thursday evening, if there's any left. Because I mentioned I volunteered for snacks for my daughter's coach pitch team. And, yeah, their game on Thursday. I volunteered for snacks. And they are sitting on my kitchen counter taunting me. Is this what parents go through when they have to... when they bring snacks for the kids for their kids' games? Is this what they go through? Because, man, it's hard. It's hard. I got 2 boxes of Kool-Aid in the fridge. I got 3 boxes of baby cakes sitting on my counter, which they need to get put in the fridge, but we don't have room for them right now.
Finish!
I'm the winner.
Snacks equals anarchy. Yes, snacks. That's right. Oh, they can steal 2 stars, but when I try to win stuff off of a duel, I get nothing? Wow, thanks, game. It's a dangerous game, man. You know, it is. Absolutely is, especially when you are a parent to 2 young children. And all of the kids' snacks are delicious. That's one of my own spaces. How about we do that? Let's go. Up, up. That's a 5, because I can count. I can count more than 4. Because I'm a dancer, I can only count to 8. Oh man, I've been kind of half paying attention to this game the entire time. Okay, I have to go take my drugs and go for a 30-minute walk. No worries, witch. I don't remember. We might be wrapping up by the time you get back, I'm not sure. We'll see what happens. What are you saying, kid? Yay! I thought I heard my daughter say something not appropriate. Bridge too short. Vine country, alright, that's fine. This is pretty easy. This is pretty easy. Watch, I say it's easy and I'm gonna fail miserably because that's just the way I do things sometimes.
Go!
You'll so... I mean, there is a clip out there. There is a clip out there with the 2-year-old saying... Oh shit. Saying bitches.
Finish!
No, Riley, don't say that. 'Cause the second kid is just feral. She is feral. There is a clip on my channel that has the 2-year-old saying bitches. And it's kind of funny, actually, looking back on it. Go, Riley. Riley, yeah, that's you. That's you, kid. Yeah, you finished your potatoes. Now it's time to clean you up, kid. You are also kind of far away from me. There you are. Hi. Oh. That kid. To be honest, anytime child swears, it's funny. Yes, absolutely. Especially when it's appropriate. It's so funny when it's appropriate. Oh, this is the third time we've gotten this minigame, and I have failed every single time. Yep, you need to get cleaned up, kid. Have you finished your mashed potatoes? I'll get fixes to help. There we go. There you go. Yep, all done. There you go. Okay. Alright. Or, you know what? You go take that to book. Go take that. Alright. Alright. Let's... Third time is a charm, I guess. I don't know. I have failed miserably at this, because I am manning the two characters by myself. Because this just shows how much of a life I didn't have, because I was the loner kid that had, like, no life growing up. Oh no! I was right there! Dang it, I need more finesse, I guess. That was better though. That was better than I have done. Sorry, I went kind of quiet. I was just like in focus mode. I shall pray. Well, thank you. I appreciate that. I appreciate that. And all of those egg orbs because the AI is programmed not to use them for whatever reason. Damn, I know, Landy, I know. So close. I mean, I'm going through all of the boards, doing 8 players by myself, so I got plenty of time. I got plenty of time to win one. Yeah, I just, didn't really have a life when I was growing up because, I didn't go anywhere. I didn't have any friends. I just stayed in my room the whole time. Like, I was such a homebody and holed up in my room when I was a teenager. My punishment was going out and interacting with people. Or it's like, if I did go out, my parents would be like, alright, you go have fun, yay, hooray! Like, I didn't really... I mean, they knew I was responsible enough. Yeah. Thank you for the hydrate, Max! Thank you so much. Always gotta stay hydrated, even though I'm not technically drinking water. I'm drinking this Lipton green tea, but I drink a lot of it, so. Hi, kiddo. Really, kid? Did you want to hydrate too? Did you want to hydrate too? Well, you're fine. I need to get rid of. Need to get rid of those Kamix, because those are a nightmare. Huh. Hey, double ones! Double one all the way across the sky! Rolling ones and making puns, that is the way of Tessa Jane. And losing 5 coins, let's go. I'm cool with that. What? Oh, hey, no, Riley, that's not empty. That's not empty, kid. And there's... Thank you for the follow, Landy. Thank you so much. One step closer to the follow goal, which is, for those of you who are new here, I have written fanfiction because, again, I had no life. K-pop fanfiction when I was younger, and I have written some more recent stuff now as per follower goals. So when I'm working on a Mafia AU Stray Kids fanfiction, And if we hit 250, we will read that when I get it finished. So there's the follower goal and the sub goal there. Sub goal is kind of a running joke in a way, because I sit on the floor to stream, and some people have been begging me to get a chair, and I'm like, all right, I'll get a chair, but you gotta work for it. I'm kind of mean. Malicious compliance, I guess, if that falls into that category. I botched it last time, so let's not botch this time. If it gets too intense, I will just drop one side and just keep going, because one person needs to make it through. But I want to do this legit and work on both characters. At least they're not, like, different for all the characters, and it's just the same lighting up every— oh, shh! I did it again! I did it again! I did the same thing last time. Bro sitting on the floor is one of the best ways to play games. So yeah, it is, for sure.
Finish.
For sure, because, that's where my pro gamer moves come in. Sitting on the floor. I think the biggest thing why people are like, man, get a chair. It's because of my back. Oh. I don't know if you heard that. The two little cracks? Yeah, that was my back. So, yeah, I had back problems. Riley, no. You don't need that. I may have to put my toddler in timeout. Because, if you've ever heard of the terrible twos for 2-year-olds, it's a real thing. It's a very real thing. It's a posture ruiner. Yeah. Oh. I mean, I have a chair. I have a big old reclining chair, and I'm using, like, the footrest part, like the front part of the chair, as my backrest right now. So I kinda have a chair, I kinda don't, so it kinda falls into the same vein. Yeah, I might need to put my toddler in timeout, because she is giving me all of the teenager attitude in a little 2-year-old body. Is that your baby Ouija? Ouija? And she's got a little baby Ouija plush. Uh-huh. And you also have Yoshi plushes. You got 2 of them. Uh-huh. Oh. Yeah, I think my back problems, a lot of it just stems from, you know, being old. Cause I turn 28 next month. So I'm getting up there. I say up there, but it's not really old in the grand scheme of things. It's the millennial back problems. I don't have, I mean, I kind of have the knee problems. They pop and crack all the time. But I've also had 2 children. So I've gotten a lot of lower back problems just from having the 2 children because of the epidurals that I've had. So, because the spot where it hurts the most is where the big old needle went in. So, may the child be punished with the timeout order of justice. I don't know if you heard that or not. That was the 2-year-old. So, after I take my turn here, I'll be right back for like 2 seconds. Just enjoy Waluigi and Daisy's turns. I know. Terrible twos, they're a real thing. Alright, yeah, it needs to be dealt with. I'm so sorry. That's Screech, I know. So, yeah, I'll be... give me a second. Let me skip through my turn. I'll be right back. I have returned. I have returned, and speaking of like everything popping and breaking, as I stood up to go take my daughter to her room and put her in timeout, both ankles and knees popped. So if that doesn't tell you, if that doesn't tell you anything, I don't know what does. Huh. Take your time. Yeah, it was actually relatively easy. The apartment we're in is not like big by any means, but it's not like little either. But like where I am, I'm sitting on my living room floor. And where the girls' bedroom is, it's not very far from where I sit, so it doesn't take very long to go there and back, but yeah.
Go!
Alright, let's go. Oh yeah, anything you see about, like, you know, the second child is, like, the worst one. The second child is, like, the one that gives you a headache. The second child is the one that drives you to drinking. And anything they say about all of that is 100% true. So the first one, at least with my family dynamic, you know, my oldest child, she was a good baby. She was good. And when the first child is like super good, it's like, oh, they were perfect, and it lulls you into a false sense of security. We're like, oh, let's have another one. And then the second child is just completely feral, crazy, will do anything and everything. For real, yes. Yes. Because, I mean, while my oldest, like, she stuffed a lot of things up her nose when she was about 18 months to 2 years old. And kind of in, like, the early toddler years. Like, she stuffed a lot of things up her nose. And, we had to pull out, like, a big crust of grilled cheese. But, like, we took care of that at home. And also, when my oldest was in, oh, hey, there's the communism! Let's go! My oldest, when she was in kindergarten, I think, she slipped off something at the playground and hit her head and busted her head open at the playground at school. But, like, she is tough. She is tough because when I got there to pick her up to take her to the hospital to get a singular staple in her head, I went there and she was just holding the paper towel or rag or whatever it was up to her head, and she was just talking to the teachers and to the principal just like nothing ever happened. I'm like, really, kid? Wow. All right. That needs to be gotten rid of, whatever. My niece is an absolute demon. Oh, I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. I know how demon kids can be. I have one. Girl wanted to sniff that cheese. I guess so. Kids are very weird. Yeah, my oldest got a staple in her head. And then, it was in there for a week, I think. And when they, pulled it out at the doctor's appointment, she got 2 suckers because she handled it so well. She didn't cry, she didn't fuss, she didn't do nothing when they took the staple out. And she got 2 suckers from it, which is pretty cool. And then there's the baby. Then there's the 2-year-old, who, a couple of months ago, at this point, she swallowed a hairpin. And that's a little bit bigger than anything else she swallowed. So I took her to the ER, like, it was during stream too. I was playing Mario Party 6 at the time. It was during stream when she did this. So, like, immediately after stream, I went to pick up my daughter from school, and I took her to the ER, and they got an x-ray, like, yep, that hairpin is in there. But they couldn't do anything about it, so they're like, alright, we will send you to this hospital, about an hour away from us.
Finish.
And when we got there, they got everything prepped and ready. Yeah, yummy treat. They got everything like prepped and ready, and they took her back for the procedure. You know, put her under, and they were going to go through the throat. You know, stick a tube down her throat and pull out the pin that way. The hospital we went to, their scope was too big for our tiny little 2-year-old. So they had to send us to a bigger, like, children's hospital in a town 3 hours away. And mind you, this is 10 o'clock at night when we get told this information. 10 o'clock at night when this happens, and we gotta make the 3-hour trek over to this hospital. Like, we were tired. And then we get over there, and they check the x-rays and all that, and they're like, all right, we're gonna go through, and we're gonna pull it out, and you'll be out of here. But when they took her back, they put her under, they went through. The pin was too far through her system that they couldn't reach it. The pin was too far in her system that they couldn't reach it. And so they were just keeping an eye on her, like, every day. They were giving her Miralax mixed in apple juice. They had her, I think the medicine was called, like, Senna, where it, like, kind of stimulates the bowels and, like, kind of irritates them to get things moving along so she could just poop, basically. And we were there for like a few days, and when they saw that the hairpin was definitely 100% in the colon, they sent us home, because once it got to the colon, they're like, all right, it'll pass, you're good to go. Because they didn't want it to, like, get stuck somewhere in her system. And then the next day, the day after we came home, the next day at noon, she pooped it out. So, there you go. That's the baby of the family, already causing us problems. Yes, hi Bradley. It really got pinned in there. I know it did. It did, and it gave us a lot of grief. Loving this Mario Kart Double Dash style of Mario Party? Yes. It's basically 8-player mode. And basically what happens is 2 people, well, they're supposed to share one controller, but it's just me by myself because I have no life. Also, welcome in. Hope you're having a great day. We had an entire ass TED Talk basically the entire time. Hairpin, the baby reaper. Yep, and ever since then, and this was 2 months ago, ever since then, there have been 0 hairpins in her hair. I have found a headband for Riley to hold her hair back, because she has pretty long hair and it covers her face. So when she eats, I'd like her hair to be out of her face. So, which is why she ate the hairpin in the first place, because I used it to pin her bangs back. And she was in the middle of eating her mashed potatoes, and I hear a cough. I look over at her. I assess the situation. I notice the hairpin gone. I look for it in the surrounding area, noticed it was gone, and I'm like, she freaking ate it, didn't she? So yeah, she wears a headband now. She can't swallow that, hopefully. The day's pretty good today. Nice. Let's go. I'm all down for nice days. Because later today, my oldest daughter has a softball game. And so that is super exciting. Super exciting. Those mashed potatoes were too good. Yep, she loves her potatoes. She absolutely loves her potatoes. Alright, hello. Hello, yes. Give me my star, please. Give me my star, please. Thank you. I've just been chilling with 5 stars like the entire time, and then Mario and Drybone stole 2 stars from Toad and Birdo, and that ruined everything for me. Who doesn't love a potato? Yeah, I know. Mashed potatoes, they're so good. I remember when I was a kid, I told my husband that I did this, and he's like, what? That's really weird. So, what I would do with my mashed potatoes, because a lot of the time when we had mashed potatoes, we also had corn. And so I grabbed the fork, I like kind of like scraped through the potatoes and almost like pretended it was like farmland, and I would put the corn in the mashed potatoes and then like the gravy over it, you know, like planting the seeds. I was a strange child. I was a very strange child. How often do the softball games occur? Her softball games are every Tuesday and Thursday throughout the month of June. Which means she has a game on her birthday on Thursday, because her birthday is in 2 days. I'm not gonna lie, that sounds hella good. Yes. I think the last time I had mashed potatoes was maybe the last time I had chicken fried steak. And I think the last time I had chicken fried steak was at Rib Crib maybe a couple months ago. And honestly, that sounds delicious. Chicken fried steak actually sounds really good. Maybe I should convince my husband to either like get the stuff for it so we can make it here, because we've only made it at home one time. And it was on my birthday last year, funny enough. I would do that. Well, at least I'm not alone. At least I'm not alone. Exciting, yes. Or next time we go out to eat somewhere, and I will get the chicken fried steak. Or maybe next time we go to Rib Crib, because I think because normally when we go to Rib Crib, you know, like barbecue stuff, I normally get like a cheeseburger there because the cheeseburgers are really good. And I'm also kind of basic in terms of like, I don't like anything on my cheeseburger. It's just plain. That's how I like it. Convenience? Sounds like bribery to me. Well, you know. I hit them both at the same time. Strawberry, get the strawberries. I was gonna say this is pretty easy manning one controller, but I screwed up twice already. That's the most I've ever screwed up. Oh shit! No!
Finish.
There, I did it. Hooray! Anyway, yeah, maybe next time we go to like Rib Crib or something, or somewhere that has chicken fried steak, I'll get that ordered. Because I think last time we went out to eat, we went to a local cafe, which is a really nice lunch cafe. I know they have chicken fried steak there, but I think we just wanted kind of something small for lunch to eat, because later that night we were doing tacos at his parents' house, and taco night is a big deal over there. So, yeah, tacos are great. And it's like the easiest way for them to like bribe us to come up there for like supper. You had me at tacos, yes. It's like the easiest way for them to get us to go there for supper. Or like if they just want us to visit and see the grandkids, they just like, hey, we're having tacos for supper. Because his dad's tacos, they're really good. And they're very good. Is taco night on Tuesdays? Nope, it's usually Saturdays, because that's normally when we go out of town and do our grocery shopping, is on Saturdays. So, I don't know what we're doing for supper tonight. He sent me like a recipe that he saw on TikTok yesterday. Unfortunately, he sent it to me after I had gone to the store and decided what to do for supper yesterday. But it looks really delicious, and we're probably gonna get the stuff for it at some point. Myria tacos are just fucking alright. Yeah, I usually, in terms of like taco nights, I normally get like nachos. And I had nachos last night, and they were pretty good. Yeah, I'm definitely more of a nacho person, for sure. Had a hangnail eat this real quick. Never had nachos? You never had nachos? Nachos are great. Nachos are like a staple when I like go to a ballpark. It's not, I don't get them like every single time I go to like a baseball game, but it's like, it's always in the back of my mind. Love nachos. Or like even like a concession stand go-to is like nachos. So just get like, because the nacho cheese at the concession stand, delicious, so good. Had a bad life. You know, I went on a huge spiel about how crappy my childhood and my life growing up was, so it's okay. It's okay. Because we had an entire TED Talk about basically feeling confident with yourself.
Finish.
Because I am almost 28 years old, and it took me a long time to feel confident in myself. And honestly, streaming kind of helped with that too, because I can just let loose and be myself with not any care in the world. There were a lot of options for stars. You could have gotten them back, but no, you got coins instead. Nachos is good times. Yes. Absolutely. Next question of the day. If you had a superpower, what would it be and how would you use it? Self-confidence is based. Absolutely. Let's see what kind of damage we can do with the super shroom. Let's go. 8, 4, 17 right here. Alright. Oh, come on, don't give me one of those. Give me something better. It's right there, really? There's not much other spaces it can go on. Would 100% have my power of having any wish become a reality? Ooh, interesting. I've always, in terms of like superpowers, I've always gone the route of, like energy manipulation and like powers, kind of like, if you know Teen Titans, kind of like Starfire's Starbolts. Anarchy is not a first thing I swear. Oh shoot. Well, at least I'm getting that out of the way now. I went pretty far back. Oh no. Okay. Hey, what's up? 10's not that bad. Alright, yeah, I'd go like energy manipulation, kind of like, Starfire, Starbolts in a way. But I also have it in my head of how the whole thing works. And there would also be kind of like, in a way, like super strength, but not quite super strength. Kind of like how chakra works in a way, and like how like Tsunade and Sakura use like, you know, the inhuman strength that they have in Naruto. It kind of works like that, where they like use the energy to like create that super strength, but it's not really like super strength. So that's kind of what the superpowers I would have would be. Are they gonna do it? No, they're not gonna do it. So yeah, because in terms of like, you know, fan fiction that I've written, there's one that deals with like supernatural powers, you know, and I have like a whole freaking like list of like powers and stuff all these characters have, and I went in and keeping track of all the details and everything, and I kind of want to do something like that again, but it's like I don't know what it would be. Energy manipulation would be kind of sick, especially in a zombie situation. Yes, because you can just obliterate the zombies. Boom, headshot every time. Let's go. Just gonna keep going? Nope, never mind. We found a boo. Whee! There we go. We're done. Yay! So, and I've always been kind of like fascinated with like, you know, superpowers and stuff like that, because I feel like I can learn a lot about people just by like what they would answer. Because like, you know, there's like the two common answers I always get is like flying and mind reading. And I guess in turn teleportation. Like having like something like Goku's instant transmission would be like freaking cool. It would save a lot of money on gas. But my thing is, would you be able to manipulate others' energies? No. I think I had it like pretty in my mind of like how this all works. No, because like you'd have like an innate energy, and if you like drain all of it, you're done. So you gotta be like in control of all of your energy. So yeah, I don't think you can control other people's energies unless you're like super freaking powerful. I missed one. Cool. And also watching shows like Heroes. Because I have a redeem. It's like read a random line from fanfiction. And that got redeemed one day, and I read through a little blurb that I had written, and it mentioned like Sylar from Heroes, you know, because he had the whole thing of like cutting open people's heads and stealing their powers that way, and Heroes was really good. And that also like inspires me a lot. I've also watched a lot of anime. So there we go. Comes back from Googling where to get nachos near me. Oh man, the nachos. What turn are we on? Well, let's use this. There's no one really around, so I'm just going to... I don't think I can get it further. No, I can't. Sad. And I'm just gonna get rid of this so I can pad out my stats. I'm a huge isekai anime fan, not gonna lie. Isekais are pretty cool. I haven't watched a whole lot of them, but I think if done right, I mean, there's always, you know, the trope of like, oh, Truck-kun. I don't think I've watched enough isekais. I feel like Inuyasha technically counts as an isekai. I think I've seen that float around, and it kind of makes sense. Because Kagome is from, you know, the present, and she gets teleported basically into another world, which is, you know, the past. So I guess that would count as an isekai. Oh no, not the ad. Question day. I'd like to be able to teleport. I just want to visit peeps all over without all that pesky travel time. Yeah, teleportation would be very convenient. Teleportation would be very convenient. Yeah, because I think I mentioned a little bit ago, Goku's instant transmission. That would be amazing. That would be very amazing. Because you could just like kind of sense the energy of the people, have it in your mind where you want to go, and just teleport. I watched Rise of the Shield Hero recently. Honestly, kind of a banger anime. Oh, nice. I haven't really watched any. I did the same thing. I haven't really watched any like new anime recently. I haven't really been keeping up with a lot of like new stuff. But also, it's like I've been kind of keeping my mind busy, you know, with streaming and writing the fan fiction that I'm working on and other stuff. So it's like I need to make time to watch some anime. And so I'm a little behind. I'd say my favorite anime of all time is Fairy Tail. I know I've seen people like rag on that anime a lot because, you know, plot armor, power of friendship is super evident, you know, but it's like I really like it because the moments, the really heartfelt moments, just like it moves me, you know, because there was one episode in like the Tower of Heaven arc, so pretty early on, where it's like I was laughing, then crying, then laughing again. So, and like I was hooked, and I pulled an all-nighter watching Fairy Tale during high school on a school night because I couldn't stop. I couldn't stop. I'm like, one more episode, one more episode, one more episode, and one more episode got me to like 5 a.m. I'm like, oh, I should get ready to go to school. And then the next day, like after school, I practically crashed. But I had makeup on when I crashed. Based. Nice. And I had makeup on, especially like eyeliner when I crashed and went to sleep, and I slept a while.
Go!
And I ended up with pink eye. Because of that. So ever since then, I am very adamant about taking off my makeup before going to bed. I always remember to do that. So, thank you for the hydrate. I will grab that right after this mini game. Oh, I missed the AX. What? No, I mashed it too much. I mashed it too much. Dang. Oh well, I got 15 coins. It's fine. Hydrate, yes. My brain went faster than my fingers for a second. Fairy Tale is a dangerous game, yes. I haven't watched like the kind of ending, the last bit of the anime. Like it ended and then it got picked up again in 2014 and then it ended and then it like a few years later got picked back up after like Fairy Tale Zero, I think. And I haven't watched like the ending part, but I have read the manga of how it all ends. So, I'm not gonna lie, I've only seen like 200 episodes of it, and that's absolutely fair because I haven't seen all of it. But I have read the manga and I know how it ends. But also there's 100 Years Quest, and I heard that's getting an anime, and I'm kind of excited for it. So, because you know, in my deepest heart of hearts, I am a Nalu shipper. I love them. I love Natsu and Lucy. Lucy's like my favorite character, even though, you know, Erza, the badass redhead. I really adore Lucy and the Celestial Keys and the Celestial Spirits. I just love them because astrology is also a part of my brain at the moment. So, I have a thing where if anything is more than 200 episodes long, I give up on it. And you know what? That's absolutely fair as well, because watching a long anime like that is such a commitment. Because, One Piece is super intimidating because of the length of the anime. Lucy is a baddie. Yes, she is. Lucy is amazing. Alright. I am like so scared. I've seen like the beginning parts of One Piece, and like, you know, because it was on 4Kids. 4Kids dubbed like the first parts of the anime, but then it got pulled. It got pulled. Because they did a terrible job dubbing it. And then Funimation managed to grab it. Toad, get out of my butt, please. Ooh. Ah. Oh, God! Alright, cool. We did it. Hooray. We all won. Yay! I've only seen clips of One Piece, never caught on to me. And that is fair. That is fair. The only good thing that came from the 4Kids One Piece dub was the intro rap that they did. That was like the one good thing from 4Kids. They had banger intros, not gonna lie. Same with Dragon Ball, to be honest. Okay, Dragon Ball is my husband's favorite anime. But like, I didn't watch all of it, or at least all of Z, all the way through until like we got together and like got married. So, no, get up there. There we go. So I have seen all of Dragon Ball Z. I have seen all of Dragon Ball. We recently watched GT a few months ago, which GT is something else. We've also seen all of Super. At least what's out now in all of the movies and stuff. We have nothing I want. There's a lot of animes that get too popular, becoming overrated for me. That's fair. That is fair. Yeah, like GT. Like if you for Dragon Ball fans, you know, they say like, oh, don't watch GT. GT sucks. It's bad. GT is not that bad if you like go into it with the mindset of, oh, this is just Dragon Ball fan fiction. If you go into it thinking, oh, it's just Dragon Ball fan fiction, then yeah, it's fine. But yeah, a lot of seeing like animes that get like too popular, I almost kind of feel that way with My Hero Academia, because me and my husband watched up to, we're like in the middle of season 4 still. So we are pretty far behind. They got a star out of that. Alright. I see ya. Yeah, with My Hero Academia, like, we're so far behind. We just kind of stopped watching. But, like, I see fans everywhere, and I got spoiled on something pretty major just scrolling on TikTok one day. And it was kind of bad to be spoiled on that. It's like, but also it's like, dang, that's like a defining character moment. Like, I kind of understand the context because of the comments on that TikTok. I don't need the chain shop. I need... Nope, that was off. That was off. There we go. My hair damage is just fanfiction galore. Yeah, I can definitely see that. I did not need the chain chomp. That's not what I want. I need after the chain chomp. There we go. There. Okay. Now I need Blanc guy. There we go.
Finish!
You're still on? Oh, hi! Yeah, we're about on the last turn, I think. So, yeah, we're about on the last turn. So yeah, I'm still here. Welcome back, Witch. How was your walk? Hopefully it was great. Exercise. Walking is good for you. Something I need to totally be doing, but I'm not doing. I'll get my walking in when I go to my daughter's ball game, because parking is atrocious over by those fields. So I'm gonna get plenty of steps in. Alright, what are we looking at? Oh, hey, communism, cool. Cool. So yeah, I'm hoping my daughter's ball game goes a lot better than at least the first game, because the second game they played was better than the first. So, but I mean, they are kids. They're still trying to get the hang of how things work. So, I don't like communism. Yeah, I lost like, what, 40-something coins? I mean, it's only cool when it benefits you. Oh. The only... Oh, hey! Thanks for giving me, like, 4 extra coins. Thanks! Thanks! That's a Captain Spirit. Alright, we're not gonna get into, like, a whole bunch of bullshit, but... just in case things get heated, I want to avoid that. Anyway. Like, communism in Mario Party? Yes, for sure. Alright. 3, 2, 13. I rolled a 13 with 6 dice block. Cool. But granted, all those dice block are numbered 1 through 5. Alright, let's get this star. Ba-da-dum-bum-bum. Give me my star. Thanks. Thanks, Sensei. I appreciate you. Okay, yeah, I've been kind of half paying attention to this game, honestly, because I've just been talking and talking and talking. I have to take 30-minute walks to activate a certain medication. Ah, gotcha. But hopefully the walk was nice. Hopefully it was nice. It's like evening over there where you are, right? I can't remember the exact time difference. It's like evening, night over there? Question mark? It was. I walked down to a giant church and took over 2 Pokemon gyms. Nice. Oh! Oh, it's night. Legit nighttime over there. Okay, cool. It's like, I have a general idea for like time differences. I take midnight strolls. Fair enough. Fair enough. 2 hours ahead, damn. Yeah, which is in Greece right now for medical stuff. So nice. Nice. Okay. Can we end on like an 8-player game? That'd be cool. Nope, we're just gonna end on a 4-player. Alright, that's fine. Bubble Brawl. Okay, we can do that. We can do that. Alright. Alright, I am Boo. I am Boo. Because Boo is my husband's main when he plays Mario Party 7. Because he normally plays as Donkey Kong, but Donkey Kong is obviously not available in Mario Party 7. Plus the Magic Orb is really good.
Finish!
So, I for real need to install Pokemon Go again. I want to go on random aspects. I really should, but I also haven't had Pokemon Go on my phone in years. I played it for a little bit, ran out of Pokeballs, and just stopped playing altogether, and I just eventually forgot about it. I play quite a bit lately. I mean, you've also been out and about a lot more, especially if you have to go on these walks, so... Like, I have no idea what, like, is happening with Pokemon Go, so... But it distracts me, on my 30-minute medication walks. Yes. Definitely. Alright, bonus stars. Alright, here we go. This is what it comes down to. I completely forgot about Pokemon Go until I saw Pokemon Oh, fair enough. What team? Yeah, what team are you on? Ooh, we have minigame, action, and red star. This could be favorable. This could be favorable. Blue? Nice. That is Mystic, I believe. A lot of people, you know, they argued over, you know, Team Mystic, Team Valor. I was on Team Instinct. So, if that tells you everything you need to know about me. Articuno? Yes, correct answer. I was on Team Instinct, but I also haven't played in years, so I have 2 accounts on blue, 1 on yellow, that I only use to kill off blue gyms so I can put my Pokemon on. Nice. Nice. Action Star, green spaces. There was quite a few of them hit, so I don't know who this could be. Alright, it's them, so I think I'm good, because I think I'm 2 stars ahead of the competition now. I think. Again, I was like half paying attention to this entire time. Traitorous. I'm on Team Valor, if I recall. Nice. Nice. It's them. I think I won, because I was 1 star ahead, because I got 1 at the very last turn, and I got the minigame star, so I think I won this. Or clever. Devious. Yes. I mean, it's Witch. It's Witch. Who else but? I mostly only kill off dead blue gyms, so I'm really helping them out by sending back Pokemon they have been there for too long. Yay, Blue and Peach! Yeah, Peach has got it. We're drinking booze tonight. Yeah, Peachy. Let's celebrate by getting out the booze. Alright, okay, yeah, I did have 1 star ahead. Alright, so let's see, minigame, 395. I dominated there, like I always do. Again, it's against the AI. And so, with Boo, you can drink. Question's great. Thank you. Yeah, Peachy, thank you. And then I place baby yellow Pokemon on there and kill it with my blue accounts. Take it back over. Oof. Ouch. Shopping would have been Waluigi and Daisy. Orb would have been... Oh, we would have been tied with Mario and Dry Bones. Alright, I'll take it. Running Star would have been them. So if... Hold on, how many... Yeah, they would have had the coin toe over me, so if the Running Star popped up, as well as the Red Star, they would have won. So it came down to bonus stars. It came down to bonus stars, and okay. Nice. Nice. That was pretty good. And you're gonna see... yeah, you're gonna see kind of me plateauing, because I had like 5 stars the entire time. Oh, poor those guys. Oh, look at all those coins! Look at all of those coins! Dang. Dang. Which is for real, thinking 3 steps ahead anime style. Yeah, it is Witch after all. Which is amazing. I've gotten 2 shiny Pokemon and go. Nice! Alright, that is going to wrap it up for today. Thank you for coming to my TED Talk. Where we talked about a lot of issues I had, you know, personally growing up. About, you know, body image issues and feeling confident with yourself. So thank you for coming to my TED Talk. I am amazingly evil. I'm down to be a goon. Nice. Nice. So schedule for the week. Today's what, Tuesday? Tomorrow we're coming back to Link's Awakening, because I started that yesterday. So we're going back to Link's Awakening tomorrow. Tyler swallowing the pin was an amazing story. Yep, thanks. Thanks. Thanks, but no thanks. I wish she would not do it again, but she is a wild child. Not enthusiastically. Deal. So yeah, tomorrow's Link's Awakening. Thursday, we're coming back to more Mario Party 7, because typically on Tuesdays and Thursdays we play some Mario Party. And Friday is the biggin. Friday, we start Xenoblade Chronicles Definitive Edition. Now, to preface, Xenoblade Chronicles, is a game I know very well. It is my husband's favorite game of all time, but I've never played and beaten it myself. I know the story like the back of my hand, so... But I will actually get to beating it, because I played up to getting a certain party member and I stopped playing in the original Wii version. And then I played Definitive Edition like about a year ago, attempted to, and I barely got into it, so... But yeah, that'll be on Friday. So let's look forward to it, because I finished the layout for it, because I do different layouts for certain games. So, because I had a big old Final Fantasy X layout where I was dressed as Tidus. So which Xenoblade Chronicles character will I dress up as? You'll find out on Friday. Xenoknife Chronicles. Yes. All right. Let's see who can we read? Let's see here. Anyone? Let's see. I'm a dib. No worries. Thank you for coming in. You came in with the raid. That's right. Eiley raided earlier. Also, thanks again, Eiley, for the raid. Let's see here. Let's see who is doing what now. Oh, thank you for the posture check. Sitting up. I needed that. I was hunched over pretty good. Thank you. Thanks for the stories and time. No worries. Oh no, is someone doing this? I don't think so. Hold on, let me see. Let's see here. Finding someone to raid is so hard. Because a lot of the time, I would like to find new people. But also, it's like finding the new people. Oh, actually, hold on. Alright. Give me 1 second. Alright, I think I found someone. They were in my recommended, and they're playing Pokemon Coliseum, which was a game that we recently beat. We beat it a week ago. So this will be very fun. We're gonna go raid Laid Back Lou. He's playing Pokemon Coliseum right now, and let's go say hi. Let's go raid and, you know, have a good time. Thank you for coming to my TED Talk. Anyway, as a reminder, rest of the schedule. Tomorrow, Link's Awakening. Thursday, more Mario Party. It's Pyramid Park, I believe, the next time. So, because we're running it back. And then Friday, Xenoblade Chronicles. So, thank you for coming and watching. Thank you so much. And we'll see you next time.
Drive, but I've had enough. I'm moving on. I'm moving on. I know times are tough, but I've had enough. I'm moving on. I'm moving on. I'm moving on. Talking to myself and I can't focus. Yeah, I'm broken. The door is closing. Wanna be a part of something more than this. I've lost control of it. Oh,